Well, it's just coming up to 12 noon, or 12 midnight rather. Mokiwakwe, a very good evening and welcome to the conversation. My name is Alami Koiki and we're just 20 minutes before midnight. We see how far we can go depending on the strength. We pick up from where we stopped last night. My name is Alami Koiki Mukibubuati Etindarapo Moa. Moki Atobimilomo, Moki Oloye Dr. Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, Moki gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Mo gbọ́ awuye pé wọ́n ní there's a petition. All I can say there's not or any such information. So if anybody is saying that there's a petition somewhere, it's all lies. So just for the benefit of our Yawati, one were concerned. Let's just focus and continue the education and highlight all the problems to one in Nigeria. We see how far we can go. I should have started about 2 hours early, but you know, family commitment. So we see if we can push it to probably 2 o'clock. We see.
Ọjọ́ òní ọjọ́ tó lágbẹ̀rẹ̀ gidi gan-an ni fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá dàda. Orí ni ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ọba ti pọ̀ ta ìbá yọ ọ́. Ẹ̀wọ̀n ni alákọ̀ọ́lé ọmọ ti lọ. Wò ó, èyí tí wọ́n rò yí ẹ̀ lolúwọ ọba ló kúkú sẹ́. Sáńtì ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣàṣẹ́bẹ̀ lọ wà. Ọ̀jẹ̀ máa dúpẹ́ lọ Olódùmarè ọba òkúrẹ́. Tí ọba ti tàbí wèrè pọ́jọ́ òní ó tó pé pọ́ kí lọ fẹ́ wá láàrin àwọn ọmọ adarí mú gan. Tàbí tó bá ti tàbí kí ọmọ láàrin ìgbẹ́ kí ló máa ṣẹ̀dá òfin ìró ọjọ́ máa dúpọ́ lọ́wọ́ alágbẹ̀dẹ àjẹmọ́ ọba tó fi ọ́ dára tó dùn ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ò ìwọ náà kọ́ Olódùmarè ọba ní kí ọ lárugẹ. Sunday o
YouTube.
àwọn bàbá
Suffer again.
mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò náà. Let's see how far we can go. Like I said, we will pick from where we stopped last night. ẹni tó bá wo títà náà ẹ catch up pẹ̀lú ìtàfíṣe ní alẹ́. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ìyá mi tí ẹ ti ń thumbs up, tí ẹ ti ń kí wa pé ẹ káalẹ́ níbẹ̀. Èmi náà kí n pẹ́ krọ́lẹ́. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá lálùbáríkà. Mo kí ẹ̀yin ìyá dáadáa tí ẹ ń wọjọ́ ọ̀la ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí ẹ wà concern. Mo kí yín bí ẹ ti ń wọlé. Mo kí àwọn silent listener náà torí pé a mọ̀ pé wà lábẹ́ ètò. A kí àwọn wọn Nàìjíríà náà. Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú lọ báyìí ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ ètò yẹn ní díẹ̀díẹ̀. Wow, mo máa kí ẹ̀yin tiwantiwa pé ṣe dáadáa ni mo bá yín. Ìyàwó glasses gan àti máa ranjú pẹ̀lú gbogbo screen. I'm trying to see if I can bring this up a little bit so that it look like we are far away from me. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níbí báyìí, so lẹ́jẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ ká squeeze gbogbo ẹ̀ in. Tó bá tọ́ sí kọ̀ọ̀kan ayé máa gbà wá. Manager by at least you guys are more closer to me. It looks like we were far away. Great Yoruba Nation, how you doing? Moki Grandma Felicia Shala Felewama Adeku Afere gbogbo ìyàwó tẹ́ wà nílé. Moki ìyàwó Alájùmọ̀kẹ́ Àjọkẹ́ TJ. Moki sisters wa ìyá mi Yeti Queen. Moki sister mi Tèmítèmí ó tó jọ́ mẹ́ta mo believe pé iṣẹ́ àti òtútù. The weather is very cold. I wonder pé irú aṣọ tí mo wọ̀ yìí tí ẹ bá ti fẹ́ lọ sùn ni máa ń wọlé so that màá kàn fi wrap up báyìí. Mo ń bí ìyàwó mi lálẹ́ pé ṣówọ́ òkè kí n wọ̀ ó ní kí ló ṣe kò sí nǹkan tí ìyàwó yẹn bá dẹ̀ sọ pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ṣe èèyàn kan gbọ́dọ̀ tó sọ pé nǹkan ṣe tí mo wọ̀ torí ìyàwó mi nìkan ló ní right láti sọ pé in tó bá ti wọ̀ ó tẹ́ mi lọ́rùn. Mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé a tún káàbọ̀ ká tó educate ara wa. Ìyá Ọlá Adédoyin mo fi tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ kí mo kí ìyá wa Olúṣọlá ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mo kí àwọn tó wà lórí Twitter, so we're using the bit of software láti gbé lọ sórí Twitter. Bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Òsèní mo kí ẹ kálẹ̀ everybody. Easy Dollar mo kí ẹ ní Miami, mo kí Kúnlé Bakers, mo kí àwa Comfort Ológunjà, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma pátápátá. Kí àwọn tó wà lórí TikTok Rugi Giant àwọn èèyàn máa wò pé kí ló tún fi sọ lálẹ́ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ fáwọn ọmọ Nigerians. Mo láǹfààní àti ó ti tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti rọ́ọ̀rẹ́ mi Balógun Èkó. Àwọn kan máa ń pè ní Balógun Èkó Oṣòdì Òkè. Mo á lọ wo YouTube channel ẹ̀ gbogbo tó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ àpò ń challenge ọba Benin àbí nǹkan kan tó wá sí Lagos, so ó ń respond. Wọ́n á lọ wo gbogbo videos tó ti ṣe in the last few months and few weeks back. Gbogbo tí màá ti yẹ wife mi sọ lórí ẹ̀ mo ní sọ fún public, it's not for public consumption. But I can see that he's still standing on the mandate. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi dáadáa ni àti mọ̀ra ti pẹ́. Like I always say, gbogbo akọ̀ ń gbìyànjú náà ni. Àwọn tó ń support on your mandate, àwọn náà rò pé èyí jẹ yóò jẹ. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mo yẹ nísìn. Àwa tá dẹ̀ dúró lórí Bàbá Kítóyè. Àwa náà sọ pé èyí tó máa jẹ làwa náà wà lórí ẹ̀. Ta ló wá ń parọ́ láàrin gbogbo wa báyìí? Àwọn kan ní kò sẹ́ni tó ń parọ́. Ọ̀nà tẹ́yìn fẹ́ yẹn àwọn ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bọ́lá Tinubu máa fix Nàìjíríà, òun lọ̀rẹ́ mi dúró lé lórí Balógun Èkó. Èèyàn mi dáadáa ni. Yorùbá Nation Láfẹ́ TV mo kí yín. But everybody is waiting for something. Àwa tá náà fẹ́ Yorùbá Nation, àwa náà dúró lórí nǹkankan. Ìta dúró lé lórí òun náà ni pé kí ọba Elédùmarè kó jẹ́ kí a rí Yorùbá Nation yẹn. Àwọn tó fẹ́ ọ̀yàn mandate náà èmi ló kàn, àwọn náà dúró lórí nǹkankan. So mo fi set up Twitter space mi so that ká lè capture bó tẹ̀ já àwọn ọmọ Biafra bíi méjì mẹ́ta. Púpọ̀ nínú àwọn kankan gbọ́ Yorùbá tàbádẹ̀ láǹfààní àti sọ English wá píkẹ̀. But kíyàn kan máa sọ fún mi pé ètò Yorùbá Nation lẹ́ ń ṣe ẹ sọ English, ẹ̀yin kọ́ lẹ máa sọ fún wa pé ká sọ English. In tó bá wọn pírẹsẹ́ńtà ló lè ṣe. Tẹ bá ń wá ètò tó ń sọ Yorùbá nìkan ẹ lọ sí page ibi tó yẹ pé Yorùbá nìkan làwọn máa ń sọ. Platform tèmi Yorùbá àti English ni wọ́n ń sọ. So mo wo ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gbélé náà mo bọ̀. mo kí sísítà mi Àṣàkẹ́ TV show, mo kí ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Michael Ọlá, mo rí pé àwọn náà wà live. Ìkan disturb kan torí pé tẹ bá wo cable network lénìí, tẹ bá wo DSTV yìí náà, ẹ rí pé multiple programs ló máa ń lọ lórí ẹ̀. So media mẹ́fà ò bá wà live at the same time, èyí tẹ bá wò, èyí tẹ bá wò ẹ lọ tún wò. Èmi náà ṣe gbọ́ mass beat tán ni kó tó di pé mo wá live. So sometimes kò ń ṣe gbogbo program náà lè máa wò live. So but just like báwa náà ṣe máa ń wo Sky, preference wa, mo ti gbọ́ BBC News just about an hour ago, so that just to keep myself with what is happening on the international platform. Mo ti wà lórí a lot of other news network. Mo like àwọn news àwọn India, they're very strong in terms of the media. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa, ìyá wa Táíwò Ìbánúsọ, ẹ ṣé gan ni. So èmi náà máa ń like kí n lọ wo program ẹlòmíì, especially the international side, because mo fẹ́ mọ̀ tó ń lọ lágbàáyé. Ìjà tó ń lọ ní Middle East ó ti wà on hold for some time, but kò tí ì tán. Mo ń wo Russia, òtútù bẹ̀yẹn ó ní agbára gan. There's even a flood ní Russia. Wọ́n wá ń bèèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọmọ Ukraine, ìyẹn wá ní òun feed fáwọn sójà àwọn tó wà nínú trench ní ibi tó máa ń dig tó bá ń ja ogun láti fi defend the border yẹn káwọn enemy má bàa wọlé. Ẹ mọ̀ pé lọ́dọ̀ tiwa nísìn àwọ̀ sínú ogun, Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ arógun, àdúrà tá à ń gbà nìyẹn, èmi náà ń gbà Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ arógun. Mo kí àwọn Biafra, mo kí Simon Ekpa. Tó bá wà lórí program mi tó hate àwọn Igbo, ó kàn máa ní attack. So the best option ni pé if you are not going to be able to listen to my own side, pé Igbo kọ́ ni problem wa, Hausa kọ́ ni problem wa, àwọn tó jẹ́ problem wa right now òun làwọn politicians wa. So tó bá tilẹ̀ accept yẹn is your problem. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ like àwọn Igbo bí a fún dí kan àbí dí kejì, mo kí ìyàwó lẹ́ǹkan sí Àṣàkẹ́ TV show. Tẹ́ bá mọ̀ pé ẹ like wọn, ẹni kí Tinubu fún wọn ní referendum kó decide káwa dẹ̀ ṣe wà ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ lè sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ràn wọn kẹ̀dẹ̀ má ti fẹ́ jẹ́ pé kó lọ, kò lè work out. Mo rí ṣòwò rẹ náà, èèyàn ti Koiki Media, báyà pọ́ mọ bàbá wa Fálànà kan, ó graduate Senior Advocate of Nigeria, one of the daughters, so wọ́n celebrate l'Abuja, congratulations. Ǹjẹ́ yìí mọ̀ pé there are millions of Yoruba people and millions of, I have multiple cameras, so ibi tójú mi bá ń lọ ẹ̀yin má worry. We're streaming on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 7 cameras, 2 laptops, 1 iPad, and 3 mobile phones. So my eyes can go like that. It can come here, it can go there, and it can go there. But the button pick voice. Mo kí àwọn tèmi lórí MixLR. Then we'll be okay. Or possible pé ìyàn kan wà lórí MixLR wa. That's not too bad, it's okay. So mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. The difference between àwọn tá náà fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà àtàwọn tó náà wọn ò fẹ́ kúrò, ó ní pé àwọn tó náà wọn ò fẹ́ kúrò yẹn is only for one reason now, torí Bọ́lá Tinubu wà ní orí power. But Bola Tinubu only has 4 years. After 4 years, gbogbo our mandate yẹn, ó máa lọ campaign again for another 4 years. Tó bá rí another 4 years ṣe, á jẹ́ 8 years maximum. Òun náà di former president. That is if the country is still in existence. How long ni Nigeria máa fi hold Nobody knows. It could hold for another 30 years. It could hold for another 2 years. It could hold for another 6 months. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó lè sọ pé country yẹn máa hold for another 63 years. Ìyẹn confirm nìyẹn. The pressure tó wà nínú Nigeria presently only reflect in the life of many of us. But our Yoruba, we are living in denial. We are waiting that one day, mo kí bàbá wa Ayuba ẹjọ́ bá ń forúkọ yẹn síta dáadáa, mo bẹ̀ wá backup team. Mo kí bàbá Akintoye, the noble gold for the noble path. The future tí Nàìjíríà wà lọ́wọ́ nísìnyí. Mo kí bàbá wa Ayuba Adébíyì, mo fi tẹlẹ́dùmarè mo fi kí yín. Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè ò ní fi yín sílẹ̀, ṣé gan ni ẹ kú gbogbo gbà. Mo kí àwọn tó ń lo fake account torí ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì, especially àwọn tí dagboru woman, ẹ ti mọ dagboru. So aago 12 ṣẹlù kọjá ìṣẹ́jú 2 ní London. Ìyàwó mi sọ pé òtútù ti dé. Mo ní ṣé kí n rán lọ sí Russia. Mo ní Moscow. Ó ní apábo nìyẹn wà. Mo ní Russia ni ó náà wọ́n lọ o. Mo ní kí ló dé. Mo ní ìlú yẹn dẹ̀ dáná kó lọ máa gbé ní Russia. On a serious note, a lot of us knows that there's a problem in Nigeria. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà ní Turkey. Àṣòwòrẹ́rẹ́ àti Festus Keyamo àti Délé Momodu. Délé Momodu ní a lot of archives tó pọ̀. This was 2014. How time flies. A Lagos Intercontinental Hotel. The rest is history. Festus Keyamo ti wà pẹ̀lú APC. Délé Momodu wà ní PDP. Ṣòwòrẹ́ wà ní AAC. Ó dẹ̀ dúró pẹ̀lú Revolution Now. Mo mẹ́ni tó wà ní another picture. It is a picture from Délé Momodu. That is the kind of life táwọn kan máa enjoy. Ṣòwòrẹ́ fúnra rẹ̀ gan gbádùn. In the midst of pé is a freedom fighter in a way. Tèmi náà bá wà Nàìjíríà tí mò ń ṣe tí Nàìjíríà ò dẹ̀ break, I will also be enjoying. So bí I prefer káwọn set kan máa gbádùn kẹ́yìn tó kù kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa wo picture Délé Momodu máa post picture, you know, òun náà lọ fi joyè níbí. Maybe that is the kind of life tẹ́yìn kan fẹ́. If I wanted to be in that kind of settings, Queen Africa mo kí yín. We don't want to be in that kind of setting. Ìyẹn làwa ṣe jẹ́ opposition. Opposition táwa wá jẹ́ kò ń ṣe opposition fún politics, because politics tó ń ṣe Nàìjíríà, politics ẹ̀bà tamala. Ó dà ń pé tó bá rí gbẹ̀gìrì lé lórí. Àbọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀ yẹ́yìn nísìn. So that is what.
I was governor of Central.
No. I need to gbọ̀n yẹn lálẹ́. That is what makes us different. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí bàbá wa Ayuba Adébíyì. We love you, we appreciate you, sir, and thank you so much. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. There is a lot that we can discuss, and there's a lot that we will always discuss. Àwọn tó jẹ́ onímọ̀ nínú Nigeria, they are telling us that there is hope to keep us alive. Mo kí brother bí kan tí orúkọ ẹ̀ kò ní allow mi kí n dárúkọ ẹ̀. Mo ní nílùú yìí ó ń sue government ìlú yìí ó ní patent. Àwọn tó bá understand nǹkan tí mo mean, patent yẹn òun àti UK government òun ló ní, ọmọ Yorùbá ni wọ́n ti hijack mọ́ lọ́wọ́, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wà ní court. Kódà wọ́n fi dá British passport ẹ̀ fún padà, even though pé bíbá ẹ̀ lọ bí sí, but ó send email sí mi ní jẹta pé wọ́n ti release gbogbo bó ṣe ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, gbogbo email yẹn ló ń communicate, ló ń copy pẹ̀lú èmi náà kéṣẹ̀. Ó send the message yẹn sí mi ní, wọ́n send ẹ̀ cause àgbàlagbà ni wọ́n kì í máa ní ó send ẹ̀ àkì í ṣẹgbẹ́. Wọ́n send mi ní email yẹn pé finally wọ́n ti allow kó release British passport àwọn. These are àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ní àníyàn láti gbé brain wọn padà wá sísàlẹ̀, but brain yẹn I find it difficult. Yeah, wọ́n send email sí mi ní on the email was sent on Saturday 25th, just about 8:44 p.m. I, Olayomi Koiki Media. I just want to inform you that my British passport had been issued in October. I am making tremendous òyìnbó yẹn tẹ́ bá lọ wo English dictionary nǹkan tó tóbi, great, something great ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀. I am making tremendous progress on the way forward regarding doing business with, mo ní dárúkọ àwọn ibiṣẹ́ yẹn, ibiṣẹ́ mẹ́ta bọ́ mo lè fún ilé ọkàn nínú ẹ̀. Elon Musk wà lára wọn bí tó ti fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́. I am waiting response from ibiṣẹ́ méjì yẹn in the next couple of days. I will send you a copy of the letter I sent to ibiṣẹ́ yẹn through their website yesterday. Yours sincerely, orúkọ ẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀. These are brain powers tọ́yìn ọmọ tó wà nílùú yìí. Tẹ́ bá rántí pé nígbà tí MKO ń ṣe campaign, ó náà sọ̀rọ̀ kankan pé àwọn kan wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, wọ́n wà láwọn ìlú kan tóun máa gbé padà tóun bá láǹfààní. The same person yìí want to send another email kan sí mi based on the program tí mo ṣe ní channel la ṣe program diversity. He sent another message pé kí n lọ wo video kan lórí YouTube. I'm not gonna play the video because èmi kọ́ mo ní copyrighted, but màá share link ẹ̀ fẹ́yìn ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ wò. Mo wá ń dúpẹ́ pé tó bá yẹ pé mi ti rí fídíò yìí, mo lè ní bóyá torí fídíò yẹn lèmi náà ṣe wá ṣe program. Ṣe rí program tá à ń ṣe, tá à ń dọkumẹ́ǹtì, it will reflect in the future to come. Nígbà tí mo gbọ́ wọlé fídíò yẹn, mo ti wò dé, the video itself is 26 minutes. Mo ti wò dé 22 minutes 24 seconds, but mo ti get as much of nǹkan sọ níbẹ̀. Kí ni nǹkan tó ń sọ nínú the same video yẹn? Like I said, I'm not going to play the video because German TV ló ní video yẹn, wọ́n pè wọ́n ní DW. Ṣé wọ́n pé tàbá ní the effort of a media is to bring information fáwọn èèyàn. Lótìtọ́, we understand that a lot of àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń wò wá, because I know that people are always coming back every month. At least, we can see the trajectory could decline. The numbers of people that are looking for Koiki Media, Tofik Bon Kontimofeso, could decline in the last 3 years. Kaka could decline, on grow sini. And the reason to shame grow ni pé because kò ṣe pé mo fi ń dẹnu star mi ni, kò ṣe pé èèyàn kan ṣe máa sọ fún mi. I know my star. And I know I have lived in this country enough to know the power of communication. DW, which is a German TV station in Germany, but only representative in Nigeria. Internship is the same thing that one say when we talk about the media, but many of our young, they might put their trust in DW because òyìnbó ni wọ́n, because wọ́n believe pé authentic ni tó bá sọ. I'll give you the topic, but let me share the link. Fanfane tẹ́ bá fi lọ wò, màá dẹ̀ sọ title fẹ́yìn tí a lè post sórí TikTok. So yín tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube, link yẹn ni mò ń fi síbẹ̀ in case you just want to go and watch it at your own time. Bí a ta bá parí program ilé tá à ń ṣe. Kẹ́ wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ara yín pé èyí tí Koiki ṣe, ìyẹn Koiki Media, program tèmi ṣe tí màá sọ title tèmi fún yín lánàá, àti eléyìí táwọn ṣe, ta ló fún yín ní more details, ta ló fún yín ní more information nípa ọ̀rọ̀ diversity tí Shettima ń sọ fún wa pé ká lọ wá láàrin ara wa. Kò Shettima ní ká lọ wá diversity, the unity wa àti bla bla bla. Lẹ́ǹkan sí mo kẹ́yìn yẹn wa tẹ́tí darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Mo kí ọmọdé, mo kí àgbàlagbà, Silver Badmus mo kí ẹ. Mo kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Mo fẹ́ mú topic tèmi gbé jáde ìyẹn lánàá. But ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn wa, because they are not seeing the value, not kò ń ṣe gbogbo yín, a lot of people are not seeing the value yet. But the same DW yẹn, bí ajọ́ táwọn bá wá sọ pé ìlú yìí aláti pín ni, then maybe you would understand that in mi náà ti ń sọ̀bọ̀ ni ó wà lẹ́nu àwọn media tó kù. But these are media that are working, they are puppets. Nílùú òyìnbó puppet làwa máa ń pè wọ́n. Ẹ̀yin lẹ value wọn, àwọn value wọn. They are puppets because agenda tí wọn is working against us, most especially BBC. Mo picture ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ ṣe máa ń value BBC ní Nàìjíríà. Àwọn tó ń bá BBC gan ṣiṣẹ́ nílùú yìí, tó ń bá BBC ṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n rí òtítọ́ látara BBC. I'm talking about the ethnic minority. Àwọn Asian àtàwọn blacks àtàwọn other ethnic people tó ń bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn tí kò ń ṣe òyìnbó. But mo kí ẹni tó ń fún wa ní Rose lè máa ń pè lórí TikTok, thanks so much. But because ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé, ojú tẹ̀yin fi ń wo àwọn òyìnbó, ojú pé ha tẹ́ fi ń wò wọ́n yẹn, àwọ̀ wò wọ́n bẹ̀ rárá. Àwa ti rí wọn tán délẹ̀, especially the BBC. Mo wà lórí show BBC Yorùbá tó wà ní Ìlọrin. I mean, wọ́n sọ fún ìyàwó mi, wọ́n ní tó bá jẹ́ pé proper BBC fi lọ report níta, I know the kind of wọ́n wà ní Middle East báyìí nísìn, àwọn top goons wọn ló wà ní Middle East wọ́n report fún wọn. But ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n kàn gbé mobile phone fún boy kan tó gbọ́ Yorùbá tẹ́nu ẹ̀ dùn dáadáa, adẹ́ra data sí BBC Yorùbá, then àwọn èèyàn wá fall in love with it. So but BBC Yorùbá tẹ́ ń gbọ́ yẹn kò ní ever sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà ò dáa. Àwa tàdé wà ní UK là ń sanwó BBC yẹn under the TV license. Òun ló fi ń operate BBC Yorùbá. Ẹ mọ̀ táwa ń pe BBC nílùú yìí, the Bias Corporation. Tó bá mọ̀ tán pè ní bias, lọ wò lórí Google ní dictionary. Bias, B-I-A-S. But ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Nigeria, the lies that the West, there's what I called propaganda machine. Koiki Media àti àwọn Yorùbá self-determination media, we are fighting against the propaganda machine of the West. But they are 1,000 steps ahead of us in Africa. So an African believe in the Western media than in Tawad, because ọkàn wo mi pé ṣe lè tó jókòó sínú ilé kí ló ń sọ yìí. But we are the one now telling you the truth. But you are not going to listen to us because rí wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó ń mú òtítọ́ wá fún yín. We have become your enemies. We have become the people that you hate so much. Kódà mo tún gbọ́ pé BBC is the big blind country. That's another. Okay, I'm going to take down some few things because I can see that there's a lot of pressure on my YouTube, because streaming ni mo fi ń ṣe laptop tí mo dẹ̀ ń lò kò strong tó the Alienware wa, so but nítorí pé mo fẹ́ connect Twitter mo dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. If not, I would have just gone straight using the YouTube alone, because ó ti ń sọ fún mi nísìnyí pé YouTube is not receiving enough videos. So I'm going to cut down a few things from the browser. Now ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ padà sọ́dọ̀ DW. DW mo kàn fi gbé lọ sí what it means. It's called Deutsche Welle. Mo lè má pronounce it dáadáa because èmi ò gbé ní Germany. Irú àwọn tó wà ní Germany, pronunciation yẹn ó máa lọ lẹ́nu wọn fluently because èdè German ni Deutsche Welle, kò ń ṣe èdè English. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fún ìtẹ̀ wá lé pé èdè wa nìkan ó tó kẹ́ máa sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ Nàìjíríà, but ẹ fẹ́ jẹ́ ká fi èdè wa sílẹ̀ ká wà nínú Nàìjíríà kájọ máa sọ òyìnbó ọ̀pẹ rẹ̀. Na me know how to speak English. Big grammar tó yẹ owó anywhere. DW, which is ẹ jẹ́ ká òbí ọmọ fún mi ní pronunciation ẹ̀.
Deutsche Welle.
Èyí tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube Koiki Media ẹ̀ nílé gbọ́, àwọn tó wà ní the other platform ló máa gbọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ pronunciation lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí.
Deutsche Welle.
Deutsche Welle. Mo kí ẹ TJ bàbá. Ṣé rí pé èdè wọn ló fi pronounce it. Is a German wave commonly shortened to DW, pronounced as
Deutsche Welle.
Is a German public state-owned international broadcaster. These are the people Timomba compete. These are the same people Tawa Yoruba compete. And if Tomo Yoruba Bawa expect pé this
Deutsche Welle
òun ló máa fọ fún ọ pé right to self-determination òun ni the best option fún Nàìjíríà, ọmọ ẹnu ẹ̀ la máa jókòó sí forever. Mo kí ẹ TJ bàbá. Ó ní we have a lot of idiots that still believe in one Nigeria. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Jack Olúṣọlá, ẹ ti bá mi jà, ẹ ti bínú sí mi, ẹ má bínú, mo bẹ̀yìn torí Elédùmarè. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ẹ expect pé kí
Deutsche Welle
ìyẹn DW kó wá sọ fún yín pé ọmọ Yorùbá o, ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ògo yín inú Nàìjíríà kọ́ ló wà. Now reporter wọn tó wà ní Nàìjíríà, I am very sure pé foreign exchange ló fi ń sanwó fún. I'm sure pé kò ní jẹ́ náírà. That's even tó bàtẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé inú Nàìjíríà ló ti ń lò. Now program tèmi ṣe ní àná about 1.4k view, and it could be for so many reasons. Èèyàn 1.4k view video, only 117 ló like it. Kò ń ṣe pé wíwò tó wò yẹn ò like nǹkan tó gbọ́ nínú ẹ̀, but wọ́n tẹ̀ ní time láti sọ pé ká tẹ̀ thumbs up, torí pé kíyàn má dàbẹ̀ tó ń gbéraga ni ìyàwó mi ṣe sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó dá ni kí n máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn pé ẹ bá má share, ẹ bá share, ẹ rí i pé mo lo statement yẹn mọ́. Now mo ti fún ní tọ́píìkì DW, but program táwọn náà ṣe less than 2 days ago làwọn ṣe tọ̀dọ̀ tí wọn ó ti ní 38,000 view, èèyàn 630 dẹ̀ like ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú 802 comments. Ìdí tí èrò ṣe lọ́wọ́ ti bẹ̀ yẹn òun ni pé àwọn Germany ló sọ, but ọmọ dúdú ló wá ṣe presentation ẹ̀. Mr. Peter Pan, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Mr. Olúwatóbi Olúṣẹ̀sí, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. But eléyìí tèmi sọ, ọmọ Yorùbá ni, ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni, in tó sọ yẹn ó relevant but kò necessary. Now kí ni tọ́pìkì tó lò, àbí pé kí nìkan tó sọ níbẹ̀ tí èmi ò ṣàlàyé fẹ́yìn less than 24 hours ago, because tá bá ní ká calculate àìtí mú 48 hours ní fídíò tá a ṣe lánàá. The topic is ìyẹn DW yẹn, àti share link yẹn mo máa share sórí Facebook fáǹfààní ẹ̀yin tá wà lórí Facebook náà, ẹ fún mi ní few minutes. Ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wa, mo mọ̀ bí àwọn èèyàn wa kankan tó ti ń wọlé sí bíbá ẹ̀ kọ́sí àárín yín nígbà míì. Mo kí bàbá wa Ahmed Jamil Adekunle, wọ́n ní impossible, no one can fix Nigeria, is bad beyond fixing. What we want now is Yoruba self-determination. Mo kí bàbá wa Déwálé Abdulwasiu, my brother Ayomi Kundameju, mo kí African Confidential, mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà lórí ètò ní gbogbo platforms. We are fully, blocked tonight. The topic ti DW is sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, which is a German state-owned. That means pé èmi ò tí wà under Yoruba nation state-owned. I am a private entity with the little resources trying to educate Nigerians about the fact of the current state of what Nigeria is. Do not expect DW, known as
Deutsche Welle,
to tell you that the right to self-determination is the option for us at this junction. The topic tolo, ẹgbọ́ topic ìdada. Can Nigeria overcome its deep-rooted tribalism? Let me repeat that again. Can Nigeria, in the comment section. I'm not going to play the video because it is not my video. But tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ wò, ẹ lọ sórí page wọn. Kẹ́ lọ gbọ́ jágbajàgba jógbojògbo táwọn tó ń tanra wọn. Àwọn tó ń ní àwọn feel pé we can still make a Nigeria to work. Làwọn tó kó jọ síbẹ̀. Even though at some point àwọn kan tó ta síra wọn pé when I watched the video I was just laughing. And these are the same set of Nigerians that we are meeting today on the social media space. They are not thinking for themselves. You are expecting a German that fought to have their own identity. But we love to be a country of 300 ethnic groups. We are not tribes. They were using a lot of words there called tribes. There's nothing called tribes. We're not tribes. We are indigenous people. But they are now changing the narrative with all these, corrupt international media tọ́kún nínú Nàìjíríà rẹpẹtẹ. Put out many Nigerians and say, yeah, come and talk about your tribe. I mean, what do they mean, our tribe? Àwa tí Elédùmarè ti dá, tó dá wa dáadáa. Mo kí bàbá wa Ààrẹ Ìṣègùn of Ọ̀fà, ẹ káalẹ́ sà, mo kí bàbá. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ́ ń bẹ lórí ètò. Àwa tí ìran tí Elédùmarè dá, ó dẹ̀ dá wa pé Gani Olóyèdé mo kí ẹ. Mo wá gbọ́ fídíò yẹn, mo wá wọ́ndà pé ṣé ìtorí òyìnbó channel tó wá interview wọn. So to some Nigerians, they feel that we can still remain as one bloc. 300 ethnic groups, 500 plus languages in one geographical location, and we expect to be united. We expect to live piece by piece. But àwọn Yorùbá tí wọ́n ní ká dákẹ́ nísìn ìtorí pé Bọ́lá Tinubu wà ní rí oyè. And that's why I said nígbà tí mo wo fídíò aago 4:30 lọ́dọ̀ tí ní Dublin, ní Dubai rather, okay. Nígbà tí mo lọ wo fídíò Mr. Matthew Idomukiyi, nígbà tí mo lọ wo fídíò ọ̀rẹ́ mi Oṣòdì Òkè tẹ́yìn máa ń pè ní Balógun Èkó, Oṣòdì Òkè lèmi máa ń pè. There's nothing wrong if that is where they want to stay. But òun fúnra rẹ̀ gan mọ̀ lọ́kàn rẹ̀, just like many ọmọ Yorùbá tó disagree pẹ̀lú right to self-determination, pé kódà Bọ́lá Tinubu tó bá ṣe gbogbo ìgbìyànjú ẹ̀ tọ́lọ́run fún ṣe, ìjọ tó bá ti dá kọ́kọ́rọ́ Nàìjíríà padà sí ọwọ́ àwọn tó tún yẹ kó dá padà sí, ìjọ yẹn ni gbogbo tó ṣe pátá ó di àṣìṣe, kò ń ṣe ìpè. Kódà kó set up institution, because institution gangan ló ń run government around the world. You must have a very strong institution. Tó o bá ní strong institution, you don't have a country. Mo kí bàbá mi lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Yorùbá Nation Lafẹ́ TV. Wọ́n ní we have it here too in Hong Kong. Thank you so much. Gbogbo wàhálà tí Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe nísìn, ó dàbí ẹni tí ó ń pọnmi sínú apẹ̀rẹ̀ tó wá ń gbé apẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn pé omi yìí òun á gbé dénú abúlé, òun lọ̀rọ̀ Bọ́lá Tinubu. But àwa mọ̀ pé òun fúnra rẹ̀ gan ní another hidden agenda tí kò hàn sí gbogbo wa, because Bọ́lá Tinubu is another engine, is another puppet of the West. Òun fúnra rẹ̀ ò lè make a decision without the West, and everybody knows that. That's the reason why. Sherry, the caliber of the set àwọn Bọ́lá Tinubu yẹn títí dé sálẹ̀ bí àwọn díẹ̀ tó wà lókè, most of them, they have all kind of baggage, serious baggage. Kò ń ṣe baggage backpack tí mò ń gbé sẹ́yìn o, wọ́n ní àwọn baggage tó kún lọ́wọ́ àwọn West. 30 irú èmi nísìn, I've lived there for 25 years. I've never thought of dabbling into politics. Neither have I dabbled into anything incriminative. So irú àwọn Tinubu yẹn nísìn, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tá à ń gbọ́ drug kìnnìkan fact ni o, má jẹ́ kó tún ẹ rárá. Tá a bá fẹ́ parọ́ fúnra wa nìkan ló kù. Òun ló mọ tó ṣe nígbà tó wà ní Chicago, just like èmi lèmi mọ tí mò ń ṣe ní bíbà nígbà tí mo ti ń gbé ní bíbà, because ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation, ká tó ní social media, nǹkan ní gbogbo wa ti ń ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ ti fún yín ní some example tí mo ti sọ lórí program. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ń parọ́, n tó bá sọ kò ní rántí mọ́. Mo ní nígbà tí mò ń ṣe foundation mi nílùú yìí tó di pé mo fẹ́ lọ wọ mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ year 1 wọ́n ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwa gúrùpù níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tájọ wà ní yunifásitì yẹn wọ́n ní ká lọ múwèé wa wá láti confam pé bóyá home student ni wá àbí international student. Mo ní no èmi ò kí ń ṣe home student wọ́n bí mi síbí báyìí. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi ní mo bá má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn oníṣẹ́ yẹn èmi ò lè ṣe èmi tèmi máa ṣe lèmi ti sọ yẹn because there is no point kí n lọ sọ fún wọn pé I am an home student níjọ́ náà lọ́ọ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn tó gbé ní ìlú yìí wọ́n máa mọ tí mò ń sọ passport tí o bá ní o lè lẹ indefinite stay mọ́ lára àwọn kan tí ó ń wò mí wọ́n mọ tí mò ń sọ wọ́n padán yẹn nílùú yìí tó ń ṣe kékeré now àwọn tó lo sísítẹ́ẹ̀mù bẹ́ẹ̀ níjọ́ náà náà ṣé àwọn pé lára wọn bíi méjì mẹ́ta ó ti dàkóbá sí wọn lọ́rùn after how many years sẹ́yìn òun lọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu náà because Tinubu fúnra rẹ̀ gan ọmọ bóun náà máa wá di èèyàn báyìí. Màá dẹ̀ fún yín náà another example àwọn tó mọ background ẹ̀ dáadáa èèyàn mọ background ẹ̀ dáadáa òun gan fúnra rẹ̀ gan mọ̀ pé òun gangan kọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ Lagos state governor yẹn tọ́ sí. Ìyẹn la ti sọ fáwọn tí wọ́n wà nísìnyí má rò pé gbogbo tó ń ṣe lórí social media òun lo fake account òun lo kinní kan òun register òun lo fake number òun lo ọmọ forget about that nonsense o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn bàbá mi fáàbọ̀ àwọn dàmọ̀ Olúwọlé indefinite stay wà o wọ́n lo burúkú nílùú yìí ẹ má kí n lọ sẹ́nu yẹn so mo kàn ń jẹ́ kí ó yé wa pé if we are now saying that ìran kan look tó bá yẹ pé àwa àwẹ̀ gbogbo kìíní tẹ́lẹ̀ oh yes there is nothing wrong akọ́ máa rò pé Nàìjíríà òṣìṣẹ́ náà ni but for the fact that the conscious mind nínú fídíò DW tí mò ń sọ yìí fẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá láǹfààní àti lọ wò létà wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ nípa history Nàìjíríà wọ́n sọ nípa reason tí bàbá Gbẹ̀wùdání Ọbásanjọ́ according to bí ṣe àbáṣe gbọ́ wọn náà ló yọ history kúrò nínú curriculum Nàìjíríà so that ká lè gbàgbé gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n ti ṣe fún wa and these are all the set of criminals. Most of àwọn tó jẹ́ military wa púpọ̀ nínú wọn náà wá train ní UK. Buhari was trained in UK dead or alive èmi ò mọ̀ bí original nìyẹn àbí dead as far as I'm concerned is a dead person and is a able ẹni tó ṣì wà alive but ó tutù kú òun ọ̀rọ̀ Buhari yẹn. Now ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wọ́n sọ fáwọn pé Mr. Koiki we can still fix Nigeria. Nigeria can still be fixed. It's a leadership problem. Ẹ mọ̀ báyìí tẹ́ ń sọ gbogbo àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ katakata yẹn nítorí pé news tó ń wọlé fún yín is the news from the puppet Western power. The same West tó ń sọ look má rò pé gbogbo báwa ṣe ń gbé nílùú yìí gbogbo news tó ń sọ làwa believe o forget am béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn àǹtí ẹ̀ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọkọ ẹ̀ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn pàdé ẹ̀ pé ṣé gbogbo news tẹ̀yìn máa ń gbọ́ láàbúrọ̀dì yẹn ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́yìn máa ń believe. Look pépà ni ó dà pé ti ìjọ òlélẹ̀ òkè ti Thursday náà ni November 23rd gbogbo tó kọ sínú pépà yìí látòkè délẹ̀ tó bá gba gbogbo ẹ̀ gbọ́ ọmọ ó ti wọ one chance. Ó ti wọ one chance. Ó tún wá láwọn news kan náà tó máa ń fight against news àwọn mainstream media. Mo kí bàbá Benson Adédire. There is this narrative tí wọ́n ti lò fáyìn Nigerians àtẹ̀mí náà. Because tèmi náà bá wà nílé I might fall into the same trap so I don't blame you. Now ẹ rántí the former British High Commissioner Katrina Baby ṣe rántí ẹ̀ ǹjẹ́ ìmọ̀ ibi tó wà wọ́n nísìn ẹ mọ̀ pé ti withdraw kúrò Nàìjíríà ó ti parí mission ẹ̀ ó tún lọ bòmíì bàdẹ̀ ṣe gbọ́ gbogbo bíi tí ìyá yìí lọ pátápátá tó lọ represent UK ẹ̀yẹn lọ wo history yẹn padà kò mú nǹkan rí jáde níbẹ̀. Now but to the minds of Nigerians you believe the West more than àwa tá à ń gbé pẹ̀lú wọn ìyẹn làwa ṣe máa wà concern pẹ̀lú headache pé ṣẹ́yìn tẹ wà nílé ṣẹ́yìn lẹ máa sọ fún wa pé báyìí lọ ṣe rí ni àbáwá tá à ń gbé pẹ̀lú wọn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bàbá mi fà òun ti parí mission accomplished ó tún ti move on. Ẹ lọ find out gbogbo country tó ní Katrina tó ti ṣiṣẹ́ rí as a diplomat from British. Àwọn British citizen kan là ń sọ o ẹ má get me wrong. The British citizens are fighting back to back fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwa Africans. But ìdí tí ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n kò ṣe ń jáde púpọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé within ìbíbà lọ ti ń gbà sí fún gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wọn. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wọn ò ní jẹ́ kẹ́ ríru news bẹ́ẹ̀. They try as much as possible. Ṣé mọ̀ pé nígbà míì èmi ni máa ń jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé nílùú yìí èèyàn máa ń kú nílùú yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni poverty wà nínú ìlú yìí. Lálẹ́ yìí ẹni tó bá wo BBC 10 o'clock news ẹ já mi nírọ́ ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ wò ọlọ́run kúkú dẹ̀ ṣe digital world láwà kò dàbí analog NTA ẹ lè rewind ẹ̀ á sọ bí tí news yẹn wà. It was coming up to about 10 something 10:25 because I was very very confident aago mi gan nísìn n gbọ́dọ̀ wọ sáwọ́ because we work with time in this country. ẹ rí pé tí bá ń wòkè mú wago ni tí n bá ti wọ sọ́wọ́ because we don't joke with time. Reason tá a rẹ̀ ṣe ń joke pẹ̀lú time ni pé ọlọ́mọ ẹ̀kárí kò ṣe dáadáa tí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ gbàrà nísìn ọlọ́pàá fi béèrè time àwa tí a ti ní experience èmi ti lé experience some few times not now years back ambulance ti wá sínú ilé wa tó bá dẹ̀ ti wọlé bẹ́yẹn tó bá wà very confident tó ń wò wọ́n àwọn máa note àwọn àkọ́kọ́ sọ́wọ́ àwọn àkọ́ time sọ́wọ́ because why tó ń béèrè yẹn wọ́n kọ time wọ́n note time is very very important ìyẹn lọ́yìn àgọ́ time na money o time na money kí ni wọ́n fà mẹ́rin pé wọ́n máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ pọ́tò nílùú yìí ni mò ń sọ wọ́n á máa béèrè pé Koiki ṣe ní pọ́tò ni wàláì ó pọ̀ bí wèrè tó ń ba mọ́tò jẹ́ gan wọ́n wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pọ́tò just news ìtàlẹ́ yìí ó ti dànù nísìn lórí BBC pé pọ́tò àwọn tó ń pè ní àwọn bíi breakdown service ni wọ́n wá ń sọ fáwọn tá à ń gbé ní UK pé tó bá rí pọ́tò try láti avoid ẹ̀ torí pé ó ń ba mọ́tò jẹ́ mo máa ń sọ fún ìyàwó mi pé ó dà pa máa move àwọn tó wà ní UK a máa kó yín lọ Nàìjíríà o ẹ̀wọ̀n kó báwa náà ṣe máa sọ fún yín pé a máa kó yín wá sí UK kí lẹ rò pé ó ń ba mọ́tò yín jẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà kí lẹ ìwọ tó ń wò mí láti Nàìjíríà kí ló rò pé ó ń ba mọ́tò jẹ́ àwọn wá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ port even though pé government UK wọ́n ti release billions of pound sterling láti fi máa dí gbogbo pọ́tò kí ló rò pọ̀ fi ń dí pọ́tò yẹn so that kí mọ́tò má ba tètè má bàjẹ́ kí ni ìwọ rò pọ̀ ń ba mọ́tò jẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà tó bá tẹ̀ wá lọ sọ́nà àwọn Dubai yẹn yàtọ̀ sí bí a bí flood lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan ọ̀nà àwọn yẹn tẹ́ lọ ṣẹ́rẹ́ ni because àwọn yẹn lo new now jẹ́ wọ́n á bì wọ́ tó ń gbé l'Ondo State Ondo ló ní the second largest vitamin in the world sori pé ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ kọ́ máa gbá etí gbogbo wa ni táwa bá ní tí Ondo State bí a ṣe ń gbọ́ tó ń sọ fún wa pé òun ló ní the biggest bitumen in the world, kí ló dé tí Ondo fún wa ní the best road network fún gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Because nígbà tá a ní bitumen yẹn a ní the workforce, youth wà nílé, an engineer tó ti lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ ní school tó yẹ kó bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ títì ká tẹ́ títì yẹn lọ kọ́ design ẹ̀. Kí ni ìwọ rò pé kò ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀? That bitumen is not meant for us. Tá bá wádìí lọ wádìí bọ̀ tílẹ̀ ṣú lálẹ́ ẹ̀ nísìn àìfàìmọ̀ gan sef kọ́ máa tí ì jẹ gbogbo bitumen yẹn. ṣẹ̀rí àwọn atakọ̀ ṣe ń sọ pé is the second largest bitumen yẹn, a kàn ń waste time ara wa. ọ̀rọ̀ tá máa gbọ́ títí èmi ò fi máa lo phrase tí Jésù máa fi dé. Mo ti náà ní accept yẹn lórí platform wa, mo dẹ̀ jọ mo bẹ̀ yín ẹ má kọ sórí comment náà tánà bí máa fi dé ẹ lè máa lo phrase mi till eternity, till thy kingdom come. We have been living in bubbles. We have been living in bubbles. Easy. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àtàtà. Kò sí bílẹ̀ ṣe lè ṣú tó bá wọlé lóru ó ṣe máa wá play video mi. Tó bá wá play video yẹn lọ tó bá gbọ́ débì kan á wá send audio sí mi. Ó kọ́ ẹ pé mo lè máa play àwọn audio ẹ̀ níbí báyìí. Èyí tí mo ṣe lánàá àbí níjẹta nísìn cause àtúntò wà lọ́nà that day bá àti wà ní Tuesday, èyí tá a ṣe níjọ́ Sunday. Ó ní òun gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nígbà tí mo ní mò ń béèrè, mo tún bí yín lálẹ́ yìí, ǹjẹ́ a lè wà ever united nínú Nàìjíríà? Yes or no? Má fi explanation sí pé tọ́lọ́run bá ṣe sórí yẹn èmi ò fẹ́ gbọ́ yẹn. It's a straightforward question. Mo kí bàbá wa Owólabí Adams ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ẹni tí ń bá kí ẹ má fi ṣèbínú, ẹni tí bá rí tẹ́yìn náà bá comment ó máa ń jẹ́ kó yá ká tètè rí yín. Ẹlòmíì ò dẹ̀ fi comment torí ẹ fẹ́ ká dárúkọ yín. Mo kí bàbá wa Adeniyi Akeem, and I'm monitoring as many of the comments in all the platforms, and I'm trying my best, to go around and say mo kí bàbá mi bàbá dada Mr. Fab, wọ́n ní Nigeria is a big for nothing country. Mo kí Bishop Adesina, mo kí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ǹkan sí. Allen Conde mo kí ẹ. Yes or no? Can we ever be united in Nigeria? Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi the real non ẹ káàbọ̀ sá. Is a yes or no question. Má try láti ṣàlàyé nǹkan kan fún mi pé Mr. Koiki yes or no? Can we be ever injally unite nínú Nigeria? Easy wá send the message sí mi. Ó ní ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo béèrè yẹn ó ní 1984 lòun béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn nígbà tó ń wà ní secondary school ní Nigeria. Ẹ ti understand nǹkan tí mo sọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́mi ṣe ń béèrè ní 2023 kábíyèsí Elédùmarè o. Nígbà yẹn olúkálukú kan struggle akàn ń gbádùn àtẹ̀rùpá lówó nígbà yẹn ní Nàìjíríà. Ìgbà kan wọ́n náà lówó àmọ́ tá a máa fowó ṣe àṣẹ gbogbo táìmì yẹn wọ́n kàn ń pa psyche mọ́ wa lára. Nísìnyí la ṣe wá reflect. Ìgbà tó máa di 1990 àwọn ìyá kan sá dànù irú àwọn ọmọ mi sì ti wá ya dànù ni. Mo máa ń sọ ní gbogbo ìgbà mọ̀ sí mi ya dànù kúrò Nàìjíríà ni pé bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí kó máa yẹ kó máa lọ máa tọrọ magí àti ẹ̀pà fáwọn ọmọ láti jẹun nínú ilé òun òdìndé tó ti ń lọ káàkiri tó ti ń travel. I understand that kind of position. Kò dẹ̀ lọ́kọ mọ́ because my dad died when I was very young. In the 80s ni bàbá mi ti kú. So kò lè imagine ìyá tó ti ń rọ́wọ́ mú tó ti ń fọwọ́ sẹ́nu táwọn èèyàn wá sínú ilé wa táwọn fún wọn ní odindi àpò rice. Kò wá dé pé òun náà máa lọ máa ní ẹ̀jẹ̀ o ti understand, you can see. So ìyá mi ní ọmọ ó bẹ́tà kóun yà dànù. Tó gbé mọ̀ sí ní tèmi kúrò Nàìjíríà. Sórí má jẹ́ kí èèyàn kan tán ẹ̀ pé kò má japa èmi ò ń ṣe visa ni tó bá rí ibi japa lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ọmọ japa. Tó bá rí ibi japa má wà kọ́ lọ japa sáwọn ìlú kan kó lọ get stock síbẹ̀ kó máa lò ẹ́ fún aṣẹ́wó. Ẹ̀yin sisters wa ni mo bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ìwọ brother wa má jẹ́ kó lọ lò ẹ́ as a kí lórúkọ tó òyìnbó tó máa ń lò yẹn, as a àwọn tó máa ń gbé drug fáwọn èèyàn. Ó ní mọ̀ pé drug ló ń bá wọn gbé lọ. Ọmọ tó bá gbé tó bá jẹ fine, tó bá jẹ tó bá tẹ̀ wá lọ gbé drug lọ sọ́nà Indonesia, ọmọ apádànù ni o. Plan yourself, look at the roots. In tó bá yí ẹ, Google ti jẹ́ bí ifá tó máa lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Don't let anybody fool you. Tó bá rí ibi jápa, ọmọ jápa. Torí pé ìlú yẹn, ìlú tá à ń rí yẹn, tá à ń pè Nàìjíríà yẹn, ọmọ wàhálà tó ń bọ̀ níbẹ̀. Àwa fúnra wa gan ànílè dá. Sórí wọ́n ń pe kinní kan ní ẹ máa gbọ́ táwọn kan máa sọ is a ticking time bomb. So they hàn pé ticking time bomb ó máa ń pẹ́ kó tó, depending on time tó set ẹ̀ sí. Èyí tí wọ́n set Nàìjíríà sí kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀. So we are all living as a ghost. Àmọ̀bà tó máa explode. Mo tún padà sọ́dọ̀ easy lẹ́ǹkan sí. Mo kíyàwó mi. Alen Conde ni, how can we be united with 500 different languages? Number one, tó bá tẹ̀nà gbọ́ gbogbo èdè yìí Nàìjíríà, ó pọ̀ jù tó máa gbọ́ ní 10. Kí ló wá fẹ́ parẹ́ fún? Kí ni wọ́n fẹ́ save ẹ̀ fún? Easy dollar sọ fún mi pé Yomi, àbúrò mi, èèyàn mi, 1984 ni mo ti ń bi àwọn èèyàn pé ìjà lè unite ní country. Kò tí ì sọ ìdí tóun ṣe ń béèrè ìbéèrè yẹn. Ṣé mọ̀ pé láàrin ibẹ̀ náà bóun ṣe ń rò bẹ́ẹ̀, tá a bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn àgbàlagbà tó wà láàrin wa, mo sọ èyí tọ́ṣẹ̀ bí ní 1990 o, torí ìwọ tọ́ṣẹ̀ bí ní 1990 àti ní 2000 is a different game entirely. Tá a bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ àgbàlagbà díẹ̀ pé báwo lọ̀rọ̀ 1980 ṣe rí, kẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún wa, because it was during the 1980 ni olórí burúkú Buhari tó mọ pápá. Look, tábà tẹ̀sí ń bú Tinubu sì kàwé díẹ̀. Ìyàtọ̀ àwa Yorùbá nìyẹn. Kò ṣe pé òun náà ní kéèjì tó dáa, but ẹ lè wé Tinubu pẹ̀lú Buhari animal ni, sadist ni. Ìwọ lọ bèrè ìtàn Buhari, ìwọ tó ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa dáa. Àwọn tó mọ Buhari ní in the 80s, nígbà tí Tinubu wá lọ gbé wá lọ́wọ́ ń béèrè pé gbogbo ilé tí mo kàn sọ ilé kò ń ṣe the reason pé a fẹ́ lọ nìkan nìyẹn o, but mo kàn fún yín ní the in-depth of the problem. Tàbá ní ká fi Buhari sílẹ̀, ẹ lọ béèrè pé Ọbásanjọ́ yìí tí gbogbo èèyàn sọ yìí, Ọbásanjọ́ kan náà yìí, ẹ béèrè pé nígbà tó wà ní military ní 1976 bá ṣe gbọ́, ṣé àwọn kó wà lára àwọn tó create more local government. A ṣe program kan níjọ́ kan, ẹ má bínú, a ṣe program kan níjọ́ kan, èèyàn kan ní we need more, èèyàn kan bí sọ pé we need more ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ká ní more state tiwa, èèyàn kan ní ká ní more local government, ká ní more state, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́. What dream do you want out of Nigeria? Ìwọ tó fẹ́ Nigeria lẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa, because there are many people that are listening to us that still want the country to unite, even though I have just asked the question and I'm asking again, can we ever be united in Nigeria? And if we're going to be united, when do you think that is going to happen? During our lifetime? Do you think that we can ever unite during our lifetime? Àti pé, at what point are you expecting Nigeria to work? At what point? At what point then you expect pé kí Nigeria kó ṣiṣẹ́? At what point? At what point are you expecting? I am in my 40s. Mo ti wọ 50. Mo ti fẹ́ dé 50 rárá. Mo sì jìnnà sí 50 gan. Tẹ́ bá ní Koiki ó ti wà too early kí wọ́n máa béèrè irú question bẹ́ẹ̀. Since tó ní ó ti wọ ní 50, ó sì jẹ́ kó kọ́kọ́ dé 60. That means pé you are telling us now that I should wait another 15 years more. Do you think that Nigeria can work in the next 20 years? By that time, Tinubu àti ṣetán àti lọ àti dá padà fún North. So bí a North máa wá dá padà fún ilẹ̀ Igbo, I don't know. Yoruba movement sọ pé never, we can never be united. Ara àwọn tó jẹ́ one Nigeria lálẹ́. Mo kí yàwá Eunice Ládépọ̀ ẹ káàbọ̀ mà. Mo kí yàwá Abe Williams. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin dáadáa nílé àtẹ̀yìntẹ̀ wà níta. Mo tún béèrè again African Wahala ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa mo kí yín. We are not against Bola Tinubu. We must continue to emphasize that. I do not even pray for him to get sick, not to even talk about death, because Shetima takes over the government straight away. And that will be a big problem for us. That means we have lost that single point of, that single point of opportunity that some of us here believe in him. So the only thing we can ask now is that is sustained as Buhari lege logo. The Biafrans believe Buhari is dead. Yoruba don't believe that. So I am just in between. I say dead or alive. It doesn't make a difference. So what we are praying now is that Tinubu remains healthy enough. He will not be able to manage the whole affairs. I have seen some movements left there, right there. I think he has adjusted some few things on the NNPC yesterday as well. He's only going to be doing that because he's in the position to do that. That is why they call him the president. Babawade Osun Timothy Agbeloba Mokinsa. Tinubu is the president, and the expectation of the president is pé kí ó provide, kó dẹ̀ make a decision. Kódà Tinubu ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kí Shetima influence òun. Màá dẹ̀ sọ̀dí fún yín. Buhari kò fún Yemi Ọ̀ṣínbàjò that shortman devil bó ṣe mọ̀wé tó kò fún láyè kankan rárá. Ó block ẹ̀ ni. Tinubu gbọ́dọ̀ block Shetima, kò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó influence òun. That's fẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ ń béèrè hope látọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀. Tí bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́ náà ẹ mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo àní máa ń ráyè sùn lọ́sàn-án. Lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta mo ráyè sùn lọ́sàn-án mọ́. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. So mo ṣe wà okay, mo ti jẹun wàláì. Mo jẹun, ìyàwó mi tí wọ́n ń béèrè pé ṣé mo fẹ́ mu tíì. Mo ní tí mo mu látàárọ̀ gan kò tí ì jáde kó lórí àwọn máa lọ máa tọ̀ lóru. Though bladder mi ṣì dáadáa náà, but notwithstanding wọ́n ní mo mu tíì. Wọ́n àti máa wọnú fridge tó wá rí pé mo tó ń bùn kankan ní àbálẹ̀ mi ibẹ̀ náà mu tíì nísìn. Nǹkan tẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ máa mu yìí juice tẹ́ fẹ́ mu èdè yóò dáa. Just on the side. Wọ́n ní all works and no play make Jack a dull boy. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ kú jókòó. Tinubu has the right to make whatever decision he wants to make right now. Those decisions for us is very, very limited. Yakoni, why do you call Ọ̀ṣínbàjò a short man devil? Is best up we ever had. Oh, let me explain to you why we call him short man. Again, what glasses me dada, faking dada. Mr. Adeyemi. That is good. Koiki Media for a very long time here. TikTok. Ọ̀ṣínbàjò on our own end here for Koiki Media and all our followers, they know that is a short man devil. And I'll tell you why. I told Osibajo to resign from that government 2 years before the tenure expired in 2023. He's the best. He's very intelligent. I met him on a very, very close knit in Alimosho nígbà tó ń ṣe bàbá gbówó rìn káàkiri. But ìgbà tí mo tún wá pàdé ẹ̀ ní London, ó sá fún mi ni. Wọ́n gbégbá bí a boys quarter lọ gbégbá bí kitchen. The reason why we call him the short man devil, number one, in the 21st century, he played along with àwọn Fulani against the Yorubas. Go and look at his hometown and tell me what he even done in his hometown. Apart from that, we know it's short, and we use that phrase short man devil because there is no way he should have allowed Buhari to go ahead and kidnap Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. That is wrong. There is no way he will never tell us he was not aware of the attack on Igbowo's house. He's a short man devil. And that's a fact. You can take that to the bank. La Rola. El Igbowo lórí ẹ̀ Moshere. So, Yemi Osibajo is a short man devil. And I stick to that. Let's come back again. Buhari Ofunlaye, that short man devil. Ẹ rí pé each time tó lórí burúkú Buhari tó bá ti wá sí UK, tí Yemi bá ti ń ṣe moment tí Buhari bá travel, ẹ rí pé dollar gbogbo nǹkan á dàbí kó fi stabilize for that few weeks. Tí Buhari bá tuntun dé báyìí gbogbo àtúnṣe kíni, because Buhari ò fún Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ní opportunity láti provide nǹkan tí ọmọ Nàìjíríà fẹ́. So in tí ọmọ Yorùbá ń fẹ́ nísìn, tí Tinubu bá lose opportunity yẹn, there will be much more friction in the near future. As I say, it's a ticking time bomb that gbogbo wa ń tọ́jú ànọ́sẹ̀ ìgbà tó fẹ́ explode láàmú. I want to go back again to the West. Mo fẹ́ padà sórí DW yẹn because listening to the Nigerians speaking on that particular video, like I said, the video itself was published on November 25th, so that's just less than 72 hours ago. This is the write-up inside the YouTube video of the DW. And toba montan pe ni DW àti Solenkan is a German international broadcast, and this is the pronunciation.
Deutsche Welle.
DW, German international broadcaster, funded by the German company, German government. These are the people that we are competing with. Toba jẹ́ pé okay, mbere link MixLR. Ẹ jẹ́ ká obi a lè jù sínú Facebook comment section yẹn fún yín. Mo kí gbogbo yín tẹ́ wà ní Ìdíròkò. Mo kí gbogbo yín wà pátápátá. If I don't say, if it attain gist, in terms of the it's about our future now. Kò ń ṣe look, our future, but future yẹn tá à ń sọ pé kò sí nínú Nàìjíríà. Ibi bàlá wa ti ń discuss ẹ̀. Tí wọ́n bá wá jẹ́ pé ẹ ṣì believe in one Nigeria. Look, I cannot stop you from believing, but ẹ kò bá mi kọ sínú comment section pé future táyọ̀ tẹ̀yìn wá yẹn ẹ ṣì máa rí nínú Nàìjíríà. But mo wá bẹ̀yìn ẹ má pè Ọlọ́run kankan, because the gods that you're calling, whether the Christian God, the Islam God, the traditional gods, all these gods were not put together when Lugard was joining every one of us together. Well, we alone see. So it's a lie on itself for us to be trying to now, if God is stupid, if Jesus stupid, go stupid. And not be stupid. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn irúmọlẹ̀ were stupid. Àwa èèyàn tí wọ́n kó sórí ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti jẹ́ ká look stupid. Because the territory tá à ń sọ yìí is the best territory that we can ever think of. If I am given the opportunity tonight, in that scenario as it is, right, I can still come back home. And I'm not joking. Ṣebí mo ti wálé tẹ́lẹ̀. Ìdí tí risk ṣe wà níbẹ̀ fúnra wa báyìí nísìnyí pé it's because of the nature of what we are doing. Ṣebí mo wálé láti 2015. Nígbà tí mo wálé ẹ mọ̀ mí rí ni ẹ kúkú mọ̀ mí rí. I'm doing what I'm doing. I love staying in more even mo sọ fún yín pé mo ti gbádùn Nàìjíríà láti 2015 and it took me more than 10-15 years before I came back home after 1998 mo dé ìlú yìí. Oh, the gbádùn tó mi ti bá wálé because I am in the midst of the people. I enjoy life. But the problem is, from what we have found out about this contraction country, nobody in this world can unite us. Nobody, I say nobody can unite that contraction that the British put together. Even as I speak to you, láàrin àwọn British, don't put on the British, the English, the Welsh, the Irish, and the Scottish, they hate each other so much. And that is why the Scottish people are now asking for them to break loose out of this union. And wanted to join union here as far back as 1700. 1900 lọ́sẹ̀ wá join our Scotland àti England wọ́n merge ní 1700 and they are still saying they don't want to live together anymore. Ìwọ wá ń sọ fún mi pé àwọn àtọ́ṣe merge tí ó ti pé 200 years. Abeokuta Grammar School was founded 16th of July 1908. Ojú Nigeria lọ. Link yẹn láti fi sínú okay inú bọ́lá ẹni tí wọ́n wà okay inú Koiki Media Odùduwà lẹ́tí wọ́n. Once again mo kí gbogbo wa though wà lórí page wa tẹ̀bá tí wà lórí page wa ẹ̀kẹ́ ti rí link anyway, so it's just that people gbà tó ń ṣe gist lover ní bíbá tó bá yẹ pé gist lover lójú kankan síta nísìn gbogbo ìmọ̀ ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ti fẹ́ lọ mú àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ń ṣe gist lover ní bíbá, so ọ̀rọ̀ bá ṣe fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ilé ayé wa kó lọ síwájú. No decentralization of power can more helpful. Well, nobody's going to give you decentralization of power. If anybody's thinking of that direction, it's another lie on its own. We have been told so much lies that the lies has now become part of us. I want to go back again to the video from the DW. Nigeria is one of the most diverse countries in the world. One of the most diverse. But the word diverse itself, what does it mean? Let's go and look at the English dictionary quickly.
Diverse. Diverse.
Showing a great deal of variety and very different. Now, mo ń bi ọmọ Yorùbá lálẹ́. Ṣé feel with that because it's still linking to the same topic that you saw. Shetima ta sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lánàá àbíjẹta said something. Kí ló sọ? Okay, Otutu, another headline, Lele Channels Television. Nigeria greatest asset, it is its people, Shetima. This is coming from Channels Television. The Vice President says Nigerians have to rediscover and teach their young wholesome values like service, honesty, and hard work. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, says President Bola Tinubu administration is prioritizing investment in human capital. Good thing if they can do it. If you believe that, you're already dead. Yes, human capital gongolowo wa. Gbogbo petrol yen, crude oil yen is not where it is. Look, this is a part of what I got from the event in Mulosi business show. All these business cards, 10 read, right? all this business card. This is where the money is for me, because this is my network now. I have already made contact with at least few of them. Email. Àwọn kan máa schedule meeting pẹ̀lú mi. This means that as a resident of this country, I am not in the upstream and the downstream market, which is the crude oil, but I am in another sector. That sector is viable for this country, which is the media. And then I can also dab into some other areas. Púpọ̀ náà ọmọ Yorùbá nídìí láti wà níbi tó ti ń ta epo tó ti ń ṣe epo. If there is an enabling environment tó lè jẹ́ kí ẹ rí ṣe. Nídìí, look, I live here. I'm a member of the Labour Party at some point. When I came here, I registered, I became a member. After a while, but mo mọ ibi tí máa ń tẹ̀ka sí. Election wa ní sọ́nà pé January 2025 la máa dìbò nílùú again. Mo mọ ibi tí máa ń vote sí between the Labour Party and the Conservative. So kò ń ṣe pé politics is that bad, but politics structure tó wà ní Nigeria, the present politics tó ń ṣe ní Nigeria is a complete gbẹ̀gìrì and àmàlà politics. It's a politics of do and die. It's a politics that every ọmọ Nigeria lé ní fíìpù tó wọn báyìí ti wà nínú politics òun ò lè rí ṣe. Look, mo ní láti máa lọ gbé báàgì member of parliament mi nítorí pé mo fẹ́. I mean, it's a good thing if you are connected to that level. But ìdí tí gbogbo ọmọ Nigeria ṣe ń lọ into politics is because there is no other enabling environment. But the enabling environment, only human capital, T-shirt so is right. How they plan to do that within the next 3 years, I don't know. Only government is continuity. The previous administration, tí yàn kan argue ní sin pẹ̀lú wípé kí ló dé tí mo pé Ọ̀ṣínbàjò ní shortman devil. Mo kí bàbá wa Abraham, mo kẹ́yìn ìyá wa tẹ́ ń wọlé, ìyá wa Fúnmi for love and the rest of you on the TikTok. Ìdí tí human capital ṣe work òun ni pé the part of the lies that we've been told, oh, we are the most populous black nation. We are the most diverse in the world. Kò síbi tó lọ tó ní rí Nigerians and all these. These are the narratives that they are creating. Lóòótọ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà bá jáde síta aṣoríire. Mo wo blog woman kan, doctor kan tó ń fọ mọ́tò ní Midland. He's a doctor, a Nigerian, but mọ́tò business ó máa ń fọ mọ́tò fáwọn nurse àtàwọn doctors ní NHS nínú car park wọn. I'm sure some of you have come across that video. Èmi ṣe relé ni. Ṣé wọn pé tó bá yẹ pé the enabling environment is there, ó yẹ kó lọ máa fọ mọ́tò náà ní fún mi láwọn general hospital wà ní Nigeria, UCH, kó náà ní business yẹn níbẹ̀, kó máa fọ mọ́tò kó dẹ̀ máa make owó. Kò ní sẹ́ni tó máa wò pé doctor kí ló dé. The video is out there. Ó wà lórí YouTube. The woman kan ló ṣe blog yẹn mo ṣe rí lẹ́ni ni. That man is a doctor. Doctor ní nílùú yìí. I mean, that's what I'm told. He's a doctor. But mọ́tò ló ń fọ̀. Kí lẹ rò pé ó ṣe ń fọ mọ́tò nílùú yìí? Because dream ẹ̀ nìyẹn, vision ẹ̀ nìyẹn. So the human capital T-shirt tí màá sọ is right, but is it in the right context of the country? Because Nigeria is not a nation. So every now and then we are hearing the same rhetorics from the same, politicians that are puppet to the West. Puppet in gbogbo wọn pátápátá. They are all working for the West, directly or indirectly. In America, dẹ̀ fẹ́ ni pé as long as the Nigeria bá ti explode, kó ṣàwà bó ṣe wà. Nigerians máa jáde nísìnyí. America ban them from visa. Kí ni kàn yín pẹ̀lú ban them from visa? These guys don't need to be in America before they get what they want. Don't give Wike visa to come to America. Wike doesn't need to go to America. What we need right now is to come on the round table and discuss Fawa Yoruba Kilafe Gongon. What do we want? Do we want independence, or do we want to remain in Nigeria? At what ground? Kini relationship that's if any in Nigeria? What kind of relationship? We want to have a relationship where we can have a future. The future is not going to the mosque and the church. The future is going places, just like you saw the videos I did on the London Business Show. I want to send message to me, what is a survey? Kí ni mo rí sọ̀rọ̀ event yẹn, kí làwọn lè ṣe sí mo kí bàbá Prophet Emmanuel Obiyo Ekalesa Abekaro rather. Adekunle Ramon mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí TikTok. So what we are saying is that the future of Yoruba people in Nigeria now is a danger. So ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́n kan tí ó tún sọ lọ níbí báyìí. The Vice President made the remarks during the Barawa Old Boys Association annual lecture and award ceremony in Abuja last weekend. A statement by Senior Special Assistant on Media and Communications Stanley Unkocha said on Monday, "We need the support and trust of all Nigerians." Let's highlight that part. This administration no we need the support in me at the support in you. Can you trust this administration? Let's leave the self-determination to the side. Let's leave breakup of Nigeria on one side. Would you ever trust this administration? And why would you want to trust them? They are all the same set of people. One more, the weak point of Nigerians, and that is exactly what Rotimi Amaechi said. Enter lórí Instagram. I'm gonna pull out 1 minute because mo fẹ́ yọ lórí notepad mi tí mo fẹ́ mú jáde. What Rotimi Amaechi said some few months ago. Mo fẹ́ kà síta. Ẹ má bínú. I'm gonna come out. We'll come back in a few minutes. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí. Let me quickly get that as quickly as fast as I can. Rotimi Amaechi, where is it? Nigerians don't react. I just started a poster. Copy, send it to the Facebook quickly and go back on the Instagram. Post it now. And then post that. Post. It will load. Fast internet. So, yeah, that's it. Let's go back on the Instagram. The bashing bomi ejeki molori Instagram. Now let's go on my Facebook from the laptop and pick what Rotimi Amaechi said. If you can't hear me anymore on the Instagram, you need to let me know. Alright, got it pick. Alright, let me go back here. Open a new browser. Once again, mo kí gbogbo aláìn kan sí pé ẹ káàárọ̀. Yoruba nation is the only solution. Anybody thinking that Nigeria has something? Yeah, I got it right now. This is Channels Television. This was on the 28th of October 2023. Their own is one fair ku iku. Yoruba ain't pọ̀jù fún mi, má bínú bàbá wa Adéwùnmí. I wish I would have loved to read it, but it's too much for me. Now, this is what Amaechi said. But before I read what Amaechi said, let me first go back again. Shaitima, no, I want to lórí TikTok, lórí Instagram, on so continue to lórí TikTok because you know I'm going to move file and jáde lẹ́ǹkan. We need the support and trust of all Nigerians. In return, we have pledged to lead the nation towards building a less challenging economy. I agree. The economy of Nigeria is not the only economy that is bad around the world. But it's just that the Nigerian one is going faster in terms of the inflation. many Nigerians on níṣẹ́ and a lot of other things. Tinubu kọ́ created a problem here, but the same political party created the problem. So there's no way we can talk about the problem of Nigeria as it stands today. We would also say that APC did a lot of damage. Mr. Peter Pan, thank you so much for the super chat. And we say thank you so much once again. Mofe Kante, I saw Tokyo put something out there. Tokyo 778 say, can those people calling for one Nigeria fight or die for their Nigeria? With a question mark. The question is just that by the time you get to hospital, I hope that malaria, just malaria, can be treated. Ṣé tetanus? Yọ́ sì máa ń fihàn lábẹ́rẹ́ tetanus ní Nigeria. Mr. Ahmed Adekunle, the Yoruba people are not Nigeria. They are Yoruba people kingdom before the British colonial master came to amalgamate the Yoruba people and the Igbo people and the Hausa Fulani people. Together, we are not Nigeria from the beginning. Systematic corruption is the biggest problem of Nigeria. We want our own Yoruba nation. We don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. The question is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. And I'll tell you what the Welsh people said yesterday in a tweet that I picked up. Now, I've given you what Shetima says. He went further to say, before I go to Amaechi, Nigeria's greatest asset is its people. Oh yeah, definitely they know that. Including myself, they know we are gullible. You know, we are the kind of people that Tobati sọ̀rọ̀ fún wa, tọ́lẹ̀ ti lo gbogbo àwọn religious centers wa, not ti lo àwọn ọba. You know, we calm. You know, it's a country that sometimes you wonder whether there's a problem in Nigeria. And I'm not joking, because every day there's a lot of things going on that sometimes I'm wondering, should problem one Nigeria? Should we really be worried for them? Worried. Now, let me read what Amaechi said. Rotimi Amaechi, you know him very well. He was the one-time governor, he's a minister, blah, blah, blah. He was the one that told us that he told Buhari that, look, they will attack the train from Abuja to Kaduna and life will be lost. And there, life were lost. If I can't remember any name, I will remember Dr. Chinelo. Dr. Chinelo was just less than 72 hours away from Nigeria. She got caught up in that mess. Moki went out in Hong Kong. Ilẹ̀ ti mọ́ pákó lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n ti wà nínú business trade. Stock market wọ́n ti open Moki ní Australia, Moki ní Malaysia, Moki ní New Zealand. Moki ní America, ẹ̀ńṣẹ́ ní tibi iṣẹ́, ẹ̀ń tó dẹ̀ lọ ṣe night ní UK, Moki yín nínú òtútù. It's not easy. I've done it all before. Kò síbi tí mo ti ṣe when it comes to working. And when it's cold, just make sure you wear the thermal wear. That's all. I'm a local ikọ̀ nísàlẹ̀. Mo kí grandma kan tí mo pàdé níjọ́ Wednesday. Wọ́n ní Mr. Koike mi náà ti já sí o. Mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ grandma? Mo ní grandma náà wọ́n ti ra jákẹ́ẹ̀tì kan tó máa ń jẹ́ kí bọ́dì àwọn warm lórí Amazon. Mo ní àwọn ìyá yìí àwọn ìyá yìí di nígbà tá a bá dé lè kó yín lọ́lé. Àdúpẹ́ fún àwọn kan tó ń lọ náà. Nigerians don't react. Amaechi blames the citizens for politician rascality. A video tí mo ṣe ní inú kitchen mi ní January. I'll see if I can play that video, but ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koiki Media, anything tí bá play kò ní okay á wọlé, because now that we are using the software, I'll play the video of Obasanjo and what he said. In January, I used that video a lot. I'll play it tonight. But let me close some of the things because I can see that we're having problem again with the thread. So I'm going to reduce. So let me take this one down so that YouTube can call it stable. Moki Wale Konsi. Koiki mama SOG mama ti sun àwọn ìyá tó sùn ọmọ wa jayé. All right, Yorùbá yẹn You get as it be. Nigeria needs to wake up before it is too late. Well, that is the reason why we are here. Toba Tinsun, I'm awake more up. Komipe, you should not be doing anything in Nigeria right now. Don't commit crime. I've said that so many times. Struggle, torowo, toba fun, losodo elomi. We have akoko 200 million. Toba torowo lo wele to fun, lo be lomi. Emi olo ti come for anybody. Don't commit crime. Continue to do what you're doing. But one day, everything will shut down. I don't know when, but I know it's going to happen in my lifetime. Gbogbo àwọn bàbá tá à ń rí tó dàgbà tó ń sọ pé ẹ ṣe sùúrù kìnnìkan is because a ṣì ń rí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kọ́lọ̀ ń jẹ́ ká rí wọn pẹ́ probably in another 10 years by the time gan tó bá máa fi 10 years mọ age gbogbo wa. Mr. Peter said Biafra and Oduduwa will transform Africa from a prayerful to an innovative economy. But people don't want innovative economy. What they want is a prayer economy. Pray for Nigeria economy. I don't know how that is going to happen and how that is going to work. Because of the time constraint, I did promise that we finish the program at 2 o'clock and I'm still working on that time. We've done 1 hour 46 minutes already. Nigerians don't react. Rotimi Amaechi blames citizens for politicians' rascality. This was October 28, 2023. According to Rotimi Amaechi, Nigerians know most politicians are not honest. I love that bit. Now, hear that word. Nigerians, me and you, we are Nigerian because Nigeria is still a country apart from those that have another country nationality. There's difference between having a resident status and having a passport of the country. If you're not in nationality yet, you can live in a country like America, Canada, wherever you are, and you don't literally have to own their passport. So abroad colony British passport, don't be deceived. And I'm not joking. But they still have the right to live in the country. They have what they call indefinite stay. It's two different things. Indefinite stay is not British passport. People like that will still be using the Nigerian passport. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi jaya. Ìyàwó mi ń béèrè yín lálẹ́. Ó ní òun gbọ́ kí n play voice lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ̀. Ṣe rí pé mo ní ìtẹ̀ṣe bí a week ago. And I'm not joking. She asked of you. Ó ní kò get orúkọ yín dáadáa. Ó ní brother tó máa ń ṣe voice jáde tí máa ń play yẹn. Mo ní jaya. Ó ní wọ́n ṣe audio kankan lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ̀ ni. Kẹ́lẹ̀ mọ bí voice yín ṣe powerful ni mo sọ fún yín o. So maybe you want to do something tomorrow and send it to me. So that tó bá ti dé láti ibi iṣẹ́ cause ó ń jí lọ láàárọ̀ ni kọ́lọ́n kó ṣàánú wa. Bó o ṣe ò jẹ lọ̀rọ̀ lóye. Má fara wé mi o. I'm a self-employed, So, and in this country you balance the situation. Especially when you start having children. You gotta balance it. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Pan. So Jaya, we'll be waiting for that voice tomorrow. Hopefully you'll get one out. Now, hear what Rotimi Amaechi is saying. Compare that to what the Vice President is saying. Who should we believe now? I'm asking Nigerians. We're all Nigerians now because the country hasn't broke yet. It's still a country called Nigeria, even though it's not a nation. Who should we believe? Should we believe Rotimi Amaechi that says, Emma Dashet Ima is a politician, Bola Tinubu is a politician, myself, Rotimi Amaechi, is a politician, Fayoshe is a politician, Fayemi is a politician, Sanwo-Olu is a politician, Dapo Abiodun is a politician, Seyi Makinde is a politician, Yayi, Bode George, Saraki, another guy Makoni. The way they operate, you can tell that they still have ambition to become the president as well. That time will never happen. That country would have been, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. I could tell. Go and see Saraki and the wife. The ambition they have is the same that Bola Tinubu has. I don't trust Saraki at all. And moreover, we've gone to talk about the background. Their background is from Mali. You can Google it yourself. Or kì í ṣe ọmọ Nàìjíríà gangan. Àwọn náà migrate wá ni. Ìyá ẹ̀ ní Ọ̀yọ́. Bàbá wọn Sàràkí yẹn. Yes, ẹni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Mali ló ti wá. Now, this word that Amaechi is saying here now, let's read further a little bit more. Moki Babakitoye, the man that saw tomorrow. Moki Gbowo, the man that stood for his people. We don't like him. This and that. Otile Soroju. Otile Shekini. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Ìjáyà sọ pé they are all idiot people, both Rotimi Amaechi and Shetima. Moki ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Yomi Benson, Ekalesa. Moki gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun níbi tó lókàlùkù wà, including those of you in Nigeria. It's not easy. And everybody's crying. Inflation, things will get more tough. A former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, has blamed the dolisility of Nigerians for the inability of the country to get the right form of leadership. Once again, a very good evening and welcome. Amaechi was speaking at the 2023 The Niche Annual Lecture themed Why We Stride and Sleep, Leadership, Nationalism, Nigeria Condition, held on Thursday in Lagos, where he was a special guest. According to Rotimi Amaechi, the former transport minister, that knew that Nigerians will be killed by terrorists. And yes, Nigerians got killed. They got killed that we lost a beautiful, innocent doctor. Maybe she was only going for a few years and come back to treat more Nigerians. She was even shot. She posted it on Twitter, as at the time it was still known as Twitter. Do you know that the woman that laughed on her, or the woman that laughed at her, that woman has also died? When I read the tweet between what Dr. Chinelo posted out, imagine if I post out on my Twitter and say, I've been attacked. Some of you will just laugh because you'll be thinking, for UK, Koiki, you they smoke Igbo. How can they attack you? And truly, I could have been attacked. This is what happened. Dr. Chinelo posted. Benny, you're right. Ijaya went to say, Nigerian politicians are very big fools. But the Nigerians have accepted it. Eshegon Egbomi, Yomi Benson, Olurukomi, namesake. Once again, a very good morning and welcome. If you're new to the platform, there are billions of people running different things on the social media. It might not be your taste bud, but continue to remind yourself that that country is sitting on a ticking time bomb. We can sit and sort all this problem out. The Constitution is not going to sort it out. I don't think Bola Tinubu will give a restructure Nigeria, neither will he give a referendum. How then do you expect the unplug of Nigeria that it will not create more problems among all the 300 ethnic indigenous people? What is new to say? Nigerians don't react to anything. Has any politician told you he's not a thief? With a question mark. Which politician told you he went to university? Which politician told you she served in the NYSC? She's also on Kemi Adeosun. Remember Kemi Adeosun? The NYSC saga. Which politician told you he has a certificate? Buhari told us, if we can't find a certificate, we should forget it. These are all puppet to the West. But ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ Nigerians tẹ́ wà nílé, even the educated one, like all our big uncles, our brothers, the educated ones, they will start changing the narrative, and they've given us independence. It's no longer in the hands of the the Oyibo people. It's all lies. It is still in the hands of these Western countries. They are the one operating. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to move to something I read. Not everything you will read as well can be true or fact. Check. But sometimes, by the time you walk out, you look at it, you are likely to agree that, look, Tony, let me see if I can remember. There's a guy I follow on X space. His name is a former Kilorukwe. He's a former actor. My backup team, Kilorukwe mine, but born again. Because I don't repost his tweet, but I just read through and I walk away. But I can narrate it from what I've read. Oshiwa and the brain me. I read it this morning. But if anybody remember that guy's name, he's a former actor in Nigeria. But I think he was still in London. I saw him with the MP in London. I don't even know that he comes to London because the way he talks sometimes like he's somewhere in Ethiopia, that area. Erin Jobi said, they said let the poor breed, but now we can't breed comfortably anymore. Yeah, Joseph, okay, you're right. Thank you so much. These are the people that follow things on the space. Yeah, Joseph. Yeah, you're right. That's the guy's name. Let's see if I can get him out. Okechukwu, yeah. Okechukwu. There's something I read on his handle this morning, and I'm going to tell you why you should never. Yeah, that's in there. JC Okechukwu. Let me tell you what I read from him. Knowledge, you must continue to look for it. And that is why my mom went back to university at the age of 70 to do a 3-year program. She has been to 23 countries around the world. She left Nigeria in the 90s. For a woman that has been in business since 1968, I was not born, as at the time my mom was making her first trip out of Nigeria. The same woman is telling me that Nigeria is not going to work, but you are now challenging me and my mom with your own mom that lives in Nigeria that say you should continue to pray. You have not prayed more than my own mom. She also prayed, but she ran out so that we can survive. If not, I might have been Omonimoto or the same political thugs, or just the average Nigerian that will be doing very well, like those big boys you looked at. I didn't even know that Don Jazzy is just old. I thought he was a big old man until I looked at his age. I realized that he's only 41. I'm like, what? You're comparing your lifestyle with him. You will die in Nigeria before you know. Some will be lucky, millions will die. I don't have any problem with Don Jazzy. I'm just using it as a reference to the conversation. I thought he was like about 48 or somewhere around there until I looked at his age. 41. Koto Benisha. Go on his Instagram page. You would think that you want to have that kind of lifestyle, that same dream. Maybe. But in truly and truly, if you were meant to be in this country, you might not even need Don Jazzy to be able to survive. You will just need the government grant in this country to be able to move into that industry of your choice. Many of you will probably want to network with him, which is great. But those chances are very slim. In boy in Nigeria, we do a lot of boy, but there's nothing wrong in that, as long as that boy is also giving you good money, like Israel. I will be boy for Davido if that is going to give me money. But what we are saying is that we are looking at the bigger picture now, not one or three people and Tinubu. I'm not interested in that. I want to see good governance, and that hasn't happened in 63 years. We haven't seen the good governance even in 20 years of democracy. I know you will say Rome was not built in one day. Well, my grandmother said the same thing until she died in 92 years old. So I don't know how long you're going to have to wait. So let's read what JC Okechukwu posted 21 hours ago. Commit crime. All those crimes, then commit. You will leave a footprint. They will catch up with you. Nigeria is tough. Don't commit crime. Especially if you plan to travel out of the country. It will come up to you. And I'm not joking. How many of us were aware that there was a coup attempt in Sierra Leone? I don't know what is the latest update now, but about some 72 hours on Sunday, there was an attempt for coup in Sierra Leone. Mokiyami Fala Shadeojo Ekabo Soreto Yadada Ebanki grandma. She's a grandma, but there's another grandma in the house. So when I say Ebanki grandma, grandma is already 80. But Yati Monkey no, I'm not in Bimo. Came in to she Pakanisin, I'm in Bimo. And you want me to still be coming up and be sitting here and be saying Nigeria is not working. Why some of us will be doing very well? Because we will see, hey, Kunle Bakers, and what he didn't tell you, do super chatting. Thanks so much. We love you. And I hope you are keeping warm in that your country. That country too cold. Let's talk about what took place in Sierra Leone. I'm not going to bore you with everything, but it will be nice to read it quickly. Eleni understanding. Okay, it happened between Saturday going into Sunday. We don't have to agree with what Okechukwu wrote here, but every coup that has taken place in Africa, America is aware, Britain is aware, France is aware, Germany is aware, because these are all stakeholders. You can take that to the bank tomorrow. Whether you get a loan from it, I don't know. Kò sí kú tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nigeria tí wọ́n wà aware. All these countries are mentioned, from the CIA to the MI5, to the name them, they are aware. And if you want to argue with me, you need to go back to some of my videos that I've done. Mokele and Konsekunle Baker for the super chat. We appreciate every support we get from anyone, as long as it's not from the politician. General Dombozo or whatever, he was trained by the American General Dombozo, yeah. We have it on our other laptop, but that laptop has broken, so we can't do software anymore. America trained him. He eventually overthrew the government. The West don't care how many of us die, as long as they survive. It's called survival to the fittest. Let me repeat that again. The West, Temingbe, they don't care how many people die. I mean, you can just open your eyes. I'm not here to tell you this is the side I support, this is the side I'm not support. Just look at what is happening in the world, and I'm not pointing to anywhere now. And you can see whether people are dying and who cares. You can come and give different argument to it. I am not here to argue. I am just telling you that the world is so wicked. They don't care about humanity. We must pull out of Nigeria now so that we can be able to stand our feet with anyone in the near future. They don't want that. What we have the confirm. If we stand on our own, we will defend the whole of Africa. They know that. But at the present day, you cannot defend any Africa from Nigeria. What happened between Niger and Nigeria today? If Bola Tinubu attempt to fly that aircraft, the presidential aircraft, into Niger airspace, they would have taken it down. I'm sure you all remember that. We are the most populous black nation. It's all lies. You don't know what it is. We are not any populous black nation. Nobody respect any Nigerians anywhere in Africa. What am I digressing you, Lara? Be careful when you say you are Nigerian, even when you are anywhere outside Nigeria. The South African will lynch you to death. Stop being Nigerian and go and show yourself, because some of them doesn't even have anything more than the fact that they think that, and this is our own lifestyle, especially the Yoruba people. The South African thinks that we are taking their women. They think that the Igbos are bringing drugs in there and they are also taking their businesses. A lot of shit that happens. It is not because of anything. It is because that brand that has removed our own identity is having a friction. Tí Biafra bá dá dúró, tí Yorùbá dá dúró, we will defend any part of Africa. We will protect it within the space of 30 years. The world is changing. The American knows that. UK knows that. But they will do whatever they can do, even if it's going to cost human lives. Be careful with Bill Gates. I repeat again, be careful with Bill Gates and Dangote. I won't say more than that. Let's read this quickly. JC Okechukwu, in case you don't know him, is no longer called Twitter, but Tabasokwe Twitter is more quicker for you to know. Thank you so much. Diraya said, no country appreciates us, either respect us. Which can respect? I live in UK. I take my Nigerian passport to the bank tomorrow. They'll tell me, what country is this? I say Nigeria. Do you have another form of identification? I say, I got my driver license. Then why did you give me this passport in the first place? I swear that's what they're going to tell me. And this is meant to be a cordial relationship between Nigeria and UK. If I cannot be respected, even the embassy doesn't respect us. And I'm not joking. I will be there very soon. Very soon I'll be there. The embassy does not respect us as Nigerians. You now expect the High Street Bank to respect us. I got a call from, with this my job, I get a lot of people that call. I won't mention the country, but I'm sure some of you are experiencing it already. DHL doesn't take certain things to Nigeria anymore. How many of you have experienced that? DHL, a biggest brand in the world, refused to move certain things from another country into Nigeria. You know why? When they send the goods, on the other side they steal it, and you become going back to DHL, and that is not good for a brand. I send the airport. Somebody don't steal the airport by the time it gets to Nigeria, and then they seal it back. PayPal doesn't work in Nigeria. That country is dead. Tinubu is just wasting his time. I pray for his good health. So let's read this quickly because my time is moving very fast. Breaking. Call it by his name. That was a coup attempt in Sierra Leone. A nationwide curfew has been declared in Sierra Leone after gunmen attacked the country's main and largest military barracks in Freetown, the capital city, in what many insiders have described as an attempted coup. The detention centers, including the Pandaba Road prisons, which holds about 2,000 inmates, were attacked and the prisoners released, as security forces fought to restore calm during the sustained shootout at the Wilberforce military barracks. In the early hours of Sunday, November 26, 2023, some unidentified individuals attempted to break into the military armory at the Wilberforce barracks, just like many times the Boko Haram have infiltrated the Nigerian military barracks. Just go and listen to the late Dr. Malafia. Go and listen to the former Navy Commodore Olakunle Olawumi or something. All the Nigerian barracks have been infiltrated. Bola Tinubu is trying now to stabilize that back, but we have too many what we call sleeper cell. If you don't know the meaning of sleeper cell, these are people that have been, they've infiltrated. I have a lot of Nigerian security in the military that speak to us on a daily basis. Some of them don't use their real number, okay? Especially on Toja Yoruba. Yeah, Comrade Olakunle Olawumi. He told us that the military barracks are left open every Friday for the Friday Jumat service. They've actually overrun the Nigerian military barracks until this new government is trying now to see if they can bring things back to normality. The terrorists are just having a field day. I pray Nigeria not happen to you. Let's read further. In the early hours of Sunday, November 26, 2023, thank you so much, Yawa Comfort Ologunja. And I'm really taking your feedback, and I'm sure I'm trying my best. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, so come out to re-emphasize it. We're trying our best, and in 2024, God's willing, there'll be more programs on Koiki Media from more of our team. Just continue to pray so that we can expand, and the Yoruba Nation message will continue to drive. It does not matter how long it's going to take. I don't have a job. My job is to educate you on how we should come together and allow Nigeria to be dismantled. That is the only solution. Anything less than that, we're all wasting our time. I've mentioned Ondo State earlier. I said Ondo State should have given us all the good roads based on the bitumen. But I doubt even if any bitumen is left in Ondo State. I doubt it. The Nigerian military barracks are left open every Friday. It has already been infiltrated. Even if Tinubu is trying to slow things down, the terrorists are still operating. Benny, let's go further again. So, there was an attempt, to break into the military armory, and when you do that, you get a lot of ammunition. You finish off the other military guys. But they have all been rebuffed, wrote Chairman Bell, Yawa Comfort Ologunja Lenkosi. In Sierra Leone, according to the Minister of Information and Civic Education, Ibitimofelo Gongon, as soon as I get there, I will emphasize on that particular. I'm just telling you that the West, that many of us believe, just like I told you earlier, Nipa, the DW. The DW is a British, is a German broadcasting, pronounced as this.
Deutsche Welle.
It is funded by the German federal tax budget. They have a lot of money. Me now, I'm being funded by many of you. So these are the companies, these are the media that we are fighting against, because their narrative to Africa is different from the narrative that we are giving out. They are not going to give you the accurate narrative of Africa. So let's continue with Okechukwu. You don't have to agree with what he's saying, but when I get to the area I want us to focus on, I'll explain to you, just as it happened in Niger. The public is assured that the government and our state security force are now in control, according to the Minister of Information and Civic Education, BAR, to enable security forces to continue the process of apprehending the suspect. Who are the suspects? Are the suspect the West? Are the suspect people that have, something in that country, stakeholders? There are many suspects in Nigeria. Bola Tinubu cannot see every one of them, even if he's not even one of them. It's two ways round. Because I don't trust Bola Tinubu. I believe he's still also one of the puppet for the West. And he will just do what he needs to do and hand it back to the northern Nigeria. And then problem will start more erupting, because the southeast, whether we like it or not, the Biafra, you might say that they are playing games. I hope it does not become a game like Ludo or Snake and Ladder. We can sit on the round table, If it's going to take us 10, 15, 20 years to break that country, we should start that discussion now. Election 2027 is not the solution. Election 2031 is not the solution. And that is when Bola Tinubu will complete his 8 years, subject to if he's able to renew the second term. Nobody knows what's going to happen. As a nationwide curfew looms, the question on everyone's lips is, how did this happen? Who could be behind it? I ask the same question myself. When people are Yoruba here, the regional government was destroyed by Agorozi. Do you know who is behind it? Do you know whether the West funded it? We don't know. We don't have all this information. It's the only one that we see on our screen. There's a lot happening behind the closed door that are well documented. Go and read the now released information of what took place during the East Timor. The American government supported Indonesia to kill the East Timorians. The American government, I said. So, gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Nigeria lẹ́yìn nísìn, it is not going to be in the public domain for another 50, 60 years until certain president die in America before they can even release such documents. It will still come out in the public domain. And some of them, like what took place before the 1914 amalgamation, we will never know. A lot of document and information are being shielded away from us. Kamaba Monto Shele. And that is why the king, God bless King Charles of this country, went to Kenya, refused to apologize for the Mau Mau that fought the British government or the British empires at the time in 1952 for 13 years. Thousands of people were killed. Why? Because they were demanding their right. The right time very lane in this, and we hope is not going to lead to a bloodshed. We don't need that, but it is something that I don't know. So let's go back again. The plan was to execute the coup while President Bayo was away from the country. This is Sierra Leone we're talking about now. Somebody says again, Barbados are still fighting since for 8 good years till now. Nigeria people are still go there. And when they eventually have their freedom, every one of us wants to go there and get their indefinite. Muki, our comfort, Nikki. Once again, it's just coming up to 2 a.m. The time catches up very fast on me. You know, it's a long program, but the time catches up. Even though we have not wasted too much time at the beginning. We've done 2 hours, 17 minutes. So, but by the sum of the stroke of fate, the president suddenly returned the day before Sunday, unknown to many in the country. The mutineers had informant who had assured them that the president would be absent, but the president, a former military officer himself, was on the ground to order the course of the event that have restored relative calm in the country. From the few sources that I spoke to, this is Okechukwu talking now, there are speculation that the opposition working with some Western strategies. I want us to take note of that word. Nigerians do not know that they are still under the Western strategies. You see your politicians, most politicians are not for you, and that is why Amaechi said, and I quote, Nigerians know most politicians are not honest, but they still go ahead to vote for them during election. Who do you blame? We blame ourselves because you refused to listen to us when I was shouting that no election in 2023. Some of you say they play. How can you sit in UK and tell us no election in Nigeria? Because you are listening to Katrina Lang, the former British High Commissioner that has now left Nigeria and left Nigeria in a total big mess. Where is she now? Because she told you to go and get your PVC. Oh, Etigbagbe. Oh, some of you forget so quickly. While I was saying that election was not the right thing, Katrina Lang was challenging my conversation, and you all trusted her more than me. Now, every one of you is crying for inflation. You're crying for this. Bola Tinubu cannot be blamed for all the problems. We know that. But Bola Tinubu will be held responsible for bringing Buhari to run over a country called Nigeria and reign and run the country to where he is now coming out to say, Omo, Buhari, you don't dabaru this country. I hope you understand what I said. She can repeat it again. While I was saying that we should not go for election, many of you today, not normal who are Lori Yoruba Nation, many Nigerians said to me, shut up. How can you sit in UK and tell us when Katrina Lang, the British diplomat, the British High Commissioner, is telling us to go and get PVC and vote whoever we want? What do you mean by whoever you want? This is called strategies. It's a big money for the people that understand it. Sometimes, as I'm sitting right now, there are some people around the world, their job is strategies, how to destroy a country, how to take out your resources, how to sign contract with your government. Contract that some of you will never even understand. Many contracts have been signed to take out loan from Chinese and the Arabs. Nigeria debt cannot be resolved for another 100 years. We are better off to break it and then let them share the debt on every country that breaks out of Nigeria. Let's go further. I'm still reading from J. Okechukwu. Somebody say another name for Nigeria is problem. I wish there's another name for it that is even more than problem. And every day it gives some of us headache. On headache. So if he's giving everybody headache, let's come on the round table and discuss this. Shouldn't be a fight. So, yeah, we go and vote. We don't vote now. TJ Baba says 65% of the people that work for the government use strategy to destroy the way. Strategies. Owo buruku ni. If you get to that kind of level, and they're in different places or in companies, in different things. I remember when I was doing my foundation at the university, there's a woman at the time, one of the man decide color in your company, America or nowhere. They come on, Oloma so color to man low, our fashion designer, Oloma fún wọn ní color. Color njeka wa no le debe. Now, Okechukwu says, and I quote again, from the few sources that I spoke to, Mr. Peter Pan said, Nigerian problem na hungry man size. Mokiyawa comfort Ologunjo Alenkonse. From the few sources, rather, not source, because only S-Lane that I spoke to, there are speculations that the opposition are working with some Western, how long in Western? Europeans. We have 27 European countries. It could be any one of them. We have Americans. They are Western. UK. EU. EU. They collected so much money to fund the agriculture sector. They pull out. The Western strategies may have masterminded the failed coup attempt. Who was behind not giving opportunity to allow MK Abiola to become the president? It could be the Western. Abiola must have known too much. Take him out. Oh, don't allow Igboho to continue the rally. The more Igboho is on the ground, the more Yoruba ma gbọ́ nípa Yoruba nation. Go there and kill him. Àwọn Rumolewani, no. You can't kill this one. We should pray continuously that Igboho was not killed on that day. It would have been a disaster. I know some of you are like, but you are the one that pushed him to that. That's okay if that's what you say. But at least the gods of the Yoruba people protected him. I didn't even ask him myself, as close as I am. I've never asked him that question. It is unnecessary. But I met Igboho on the 1st of July, face to face. I saw him physically. There was nothing wrong with his body. And the rest you will read further in the future. Let them bring 3 soldiers to your house. Just 3 soldiers. Make them bring, you know Nigerian soldier now. Make them bring 3, come to your house. You've asked for that earlier. It might disturb me, Mr. Daniel. But it posted, hello, sorry, page you are on Facebook, it disturb me. Let them bring 3 soldiers. So some of you think that you should be happy that they sent machineries or the security agency to go and attack a Yoruba man because he says he disagrees with the people that are killing us. I don't understand. Lágbára o. Mo tẹ̀ dúpẹ́ fún pé ó wà pẹ̀lú fámílì ẹ̀. Bàbá ẹ ṣáàṣì jókòó sọ̀hún ẹ fà wá sílẹ̀ ká máa bá wọn fà lọ. But they knew that something must be done to stop Igboho, just as who is behind the failed coup attempt in Sierra Leone, the Western strategy. Let's read further from Okechukwu now. I read this in the morning. Kelimo, the kind of what we do every day, online, offline, we are studying, we are looking for something, so that when we come and talk to you on this platform, now international platform, no be local media, you dey sit here, it might look for you like Kilo Shenibi, but this is an international brand, and I can boast about it because I have lived in this country for 25 years. And I understand what is media and communication. Let's go further. In June, now I want us to follow this. I will not interrupt so that even if I have to extend this a little bit, I don't have a problem. Let me just close and then go to bed and sleep. But I cannot just put my voice too much because people they sleep upstairs. In June 2023, follow this now. This is where it gets more interesting. In June 2023, presidential elections in Sierra Leone, President Bayo was declared winner, and the opposition APC, not the one in Nigeria, immediately rejected the result and accused Bayo of teaming with the Electoral Commission to steal the elections. This is Sierra Leone, in case the Bashe Darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Valo Jokoni, my brother, only Aburiako should have taught Nigerians never to believe these Western leaders, but no, they don't go believe. Èèyàn ti Koiki Media, èèyàn ti gbowó, èèyàn ti Ṣòwòrẹ́, gbogbo ẹ̀ lòun ṣe. Ẹ fi Ṣòwòrẹ́ sílẹ̀, ó mọ ibi tó ń lọ. Ó ń pariwo revolution, ẹ rò pé ó yá wèrè ni. Revolution ni. Àtàwa self-determination àti revolution, ibì kan náà ni gbogbo ẹ̀yìn máa já sí. You got to reset the button of that country. You want to remain the same thing? It can never work. Mo kí ẹ̀ tẹ́ ṣe wà pẹ̀lú ẹ má bínú ẹ̀ tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook. If the quality is very low, let's just accept the way it is, especially those of you on Koiki. Àrólé Odùduwà, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní wàhálà. Àrólé Odùduwà. Ṣé ń dọ́dọ̀ bàbá wa Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀? Mo kí yín o. Because mo ti ń kàn kọ́ látẹ̀ǹkan, so sometimes I have to come into the comment section and just read what is happening there. Waris Jinadu, mo kí ẹ. African Wahala. It is very unfortunate how people like Katrina Lang work hard to keep Africa people in bondage. They love her so much. Katrina baby. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn tó ń ṣe ti Ṣòwòrẹ́ má bú wọn. Orí wọn pé bí alájọṣọmọlú. Reset button in Nigeria need. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti reset, everything ma set. Olúkálùkù máa gbé aṣọ́gbó rẹ̀. Ẹ bá ń ka ti ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ púpọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn sọ ṣe ń dùn lọ. Mo dẹ̀ fi gbogbo on phones dey charging, so ó lè kó anytime. So I'm trying to push as much. So where are we now? So the opposition candidate, known to be a strong protege of the former president of Sierra Leone, Ernest Koroma, refused to concede defeat and rather declare his party will not work with the Mada Bayo government on any level Incidentally, Sierra Leone's so-called foreign partners, this is where it get interesting. Foreign partner. Benny, you don't want to reset Nigeria. You want me to just add pomo. No, we gotta reset the whole thing. And I'll give you an example. I know they use that kind of word here. My wife just got, she deserve it. She got, I know me by Amo, I might know Yoruba Nation. She got herself, a good new iPhone 15. Yesterday she was disturbing me. I say, yeah, I'm already in bed. Our wife, I've done this transfer. My picture is not moving to the new phone. So how did kilo she gone? You know what she did? She actually just removed the SIM card from the old phone and put it into the new phone. It doesn't work like that too. Nigeria must be reset, and that reset will lead to so many things, and it will give us what some of us want. Very reset. You want to continue with the same trajectory? Could it work? Do you know that my wife listened to me? You can say I should be aware. I want to listen to Koiki. I told my Lord Diboni 2027. No problem. So I said to my wife, I said, look, Iletishu, what you can do is, we're not going to do it yesterday. Triple DRS. We will sort it out today. I will sort it out for you. I just sorted it out for her today. You know what we did? She reset everything back again. Wallahi. The new iPhone here, all reset the pad as a factory setting. She removed the SIM card, put it back, because she had 2,000 pictures. She's only seen 300. She can't see some of her apps. So this Ale, well, Aliano. She now, my wife sat down there. We now went back to reset a brand new phone because a mistake has been done. You guys must accept that a mistake has occurred in that shit old country called Nigeria. It needs to completely to be reset. My wife sat there. I sat here. She gave me the phone. Brand new phone. We now went back and reset the phone. And then we now started afresh. So when we now went, when we switch it on, it now say, do you want to pair? Do you know what my wife said to me? Oh my God. Ibi tó ti lọ gba phone yẹn, àwọn company tó jẹ́, the network provider. Let me put it that way. Do you know what I told her? Wọ́n ní tó bá ti délé, kókó your SIM card yẹn kó fi sínú new phone. Everything will be fine. Oh yes, everything was fine, but it did not move everything that my wife needed from the old phone. And this is the problem in Nigeria. The lies. Oh, everything will be fine. Katrina told you go and get PVC. But Katrina was there when Tinubu boys were stealing ballot box, hitting the Igbos, killing the Yorubas, fighting everybody because Emilio come. What was the report from the European Union? They've left Nigeria now. You think they will be living between Nigeria? Oh, yeah, some of them are still there. They are puppet media like the DW that is now telling me, after I sat here, educate Nigerians for more than 2 hours, they did just 20-minute video. DW. They put out a video 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now, says, can Nigeria overcome its deep-rooted tribalism with question mark? Nigeria must be reset. You don't reset it, you will have... Imagine if that iPhone is a brand new, it will still be working. And the moment we sorted everything out, you can see the joy in the woman. It's like, she saw her email bouncing, pam, 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 pam. She saw all the 2,000 images. And I say, "Ilema kiss now, peg." That one no happen. I just mentioned that. A lot of you do not want to accept the truth because it is so truthful. So what Shore said is the truth. That country must be reset. When it reset, everything breaks. The moment you pull down the constitution, that country will dissolve. Mokegbon triple DRS. Mokiyawa Elizabeth. Koiki, good night. Let me finish up Okechukwu one. Okechukwu is now telling us that there is an agenda from some people. That agenda is where we're going to be ending the program. We are not ending this topic. I am bringing it back again tomorrow until I'm satisfied. So let's go further. And when I come tomorrow, I use it from another angle. Another angle. Our diversity, our unity, it can never work. Benny Valo just says, their reports are inconsequential anyway. Fake election observer. They just use that, collect money from their country, chop money, go inside hotel, give them security, take picture, write report. They're gone. They go another country, go do election reporter observer. Let's go further. Bomokade. Sierra Leone's so-called foreign partners, including the US and the EU, also questioned President Bayo's re-election. In fact, at some point, the US ambassador to Sierra Leone, David Reimer, Reimer, this program will end exactly 10 minutes more, and was granting multiple interviews to the media openly. The same thing Katrina was doing. They will be granting interview as if they are the vice president of Nigeria. These are just diplomats. They don't have that big say, but because it is shit all Africa, tolerate nonsense. So this ambassador of America to Sierra Leone was granting multiple interviews to the media openly, doubting the credibility of the election result and questioning the process that got the President Bayo re-elected, just like the Niger French ambassador. I'm not going to go. Inside our country. Go back to your country now. He said, I'm not going. Disconnect the water, disconnect the light. If you like, no go. They want smuggle food, go to the embassy. They saw the food, they destroy everything. What happened? Eventually, the ambassador left Niger. The worst case is Niger will not have good relationship with France. And then so what? Their mineral resources now can be sold at a better price compared to what they were getting from France. We're almost ending the program, and we've just overshoot a little bit. So let's go further a little bit more. Very unusual for a diplomat of his stature, but it happened meanwhile. Bayo maintains he won fair and square, even though if you know won fair and square, it's Africa. Just like Tinubu never won fair and square, but it's Africa. Some of his aides held that those opposed to his re-election victory were trying to settle hidden scores. And that is when I got really interested and decided to connect some of the dots. Just like we've got to be very careful so that there's no military coup in Nigeria, because some like Peter Obi and Atiku, I hope so, they plan anything for behind the scene. Well, me, I pray anything that will make the country come down, but you see where I put my glass. I hope you are not planning any strategy with anybody. Make a country chop Tinubu out. The moment that happened, you fast track job for me and Igbowo. You fast track me and Simon Epa. You see the way I put the glass. Don't go and bring any strategy and say we are inside another military coup. We don't need any coup. We bring that in. That time, anyway, make I not say what I go say that time. Because we not go agree that time. The first privileged information that got to me, if you're asking where am I reading this from, it's from a guy called Okechukwu on the X space. The first privileged information that got to me was that some gold and diamond mining contract, Benny, will be a great catalyst. Peter Obi, Atiku, don't plan any strategy. Come try overthrow Tinubu through military. The Yoruba people go fire Gidini. Even Tinubu go support also. So, kaya tete agbonisin. So, gold, diamond mining, Sierra Leone has a lot. We've heard about, the diamond, all these things in the past. So the first privileged information that got to Okechukwu was that some gold and diamond mining contracts and licenses were withdrawn from the certain American and European mining companies. I hope as Dele Alake is also withdrawing some of the licenses. He's just done 2,000 plus licenses in the last few weeks. Dele Alake is the mineral resources in Nigeria today, a Yoruba guy. We don't know who is with those licenses, whether they are Fulani, whether they are Hausa, whether they are Yoruba, whether they are Shekiri, whether they are Igbo. But what we can say is that Dele Alake says, look, we cannot continue the way you guys are running it. We gave you a license. You know they pay government own share. So may we remove those licenses. Maybe I'll give another people where they go give us commission, everybody go chop. Because Dele Alake to won't build house, it won't become a hell. They are all liars. Nobody me talk out. Look, that is what Rotimi Amaechi said. According to him, Nigeria knows most politicians are not honest, like Dele Alake, but they still go ahead and vote for them. So, the question now is, who is behind that military coup that wants to happen in Sierra Leone? According to this, the American and European mining company, because they were not given the contract, it is fair share, even after they have been advised to review their royalty payment upwards. How many of them are paying royalty in Nigeria today? Nobody. Mokiba Bawa Ayuba Debi Motiri Yinisi and Motiki Gato Wali Lenkon. Thank you so much. Motini Leni Agbodo Kindada. I'm sure quite in the understand. Thank you so much for the advice, the spiritual advice, the financial advice, and the moral support. Thank you so much. And the rest of you as well. It was gathered that the companies became enraged openly and told the sitting president, Bayo, that he will be kicked out and replaced by the APC candidate, Ibelama Endesi. Wọ́n ní àjẹkélànà ọmọkúlẹ́nì òun lọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. These are the same thing that they've done across Africa. Wọ́n challenge the president pé òun gba license lọ́wọ́ wa ó dá wọ́n náà ríran wò. And this was the same thing that was happening in Niger. Tí France ń bá wọn ta uranium ní market ní $8 àbí $6 àwọn dẹ̀ ń ta ní €200. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí kó tó di pa máa lọ gbogbo èèyàn ọmọ Yorùbá ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀, we've done 2 hours 43 minutes, so we've really even pushed the program. I didn't even realize that. It might be like it's not going to happen. I know it's a process. Some say, Koiki, it's not going to happen overnight. We agree. But we will not stop highlighting the danger Tawa Ninwe. We are now become a danger inside the Yoruba territory. We should never be, but we are now. I pray, just like anyone, that we will get what it takes. I pray that the gods that we believe in all the Yoruba lands, Christian, Muslim, our people will wake up and just take the truth and leave this Western strategy that they are using our Yoruba politicians. Igbos are not our problems. I know they are interested in our land. Yes, I know. Just like the West are interested in our land. The Igbos are not the only one interested in our land. Many people are interested in it. Let us take it back. Let us lease the one we can lease. Let them be paying royalty. With tax, we can develop. Because some Yoruba can totally develop in Nigeria today. Just ask your grandparents if they're still alive. It is all lies. The agenda is not just the Igbos. The agenda is more of many ethnic groups that want the Yoruba land. But the Igbos say, okay, we will also want our own Biafra. There's nothing wrong in that. Let them have their Biafra. Let us have Yoruba land. Let Arewa be. Koiki, what about the smaller ethnic groups? They can decide what they want. Either to go with some or remain independent. Nigeria can still break into 10 countries. Look, don't be deceived by the world, especially all this WHO, and we are too many. Is a lie. We are not too many yet. We need to even add more. And the war is not ending anytime soon, apart from if there's a World War III. And that is how far we can go tonight. This same topic will be coming back again tomorrow because I've not really dealt with it as much as I want. If you have any feedback, you can email me at musakalam@gmail.com or you can send me a WhatsApp. You can go on our website and you can literally send me a direct message from there. Not to send the message, I have a question. I mean, I get people send a message and say, I have a question. And I'm wondering, can you add us to the live stream? I can't bring anybody in. It's very late. Maybe tomorrow, if we start early, we can bring you in. Because it's late now. For me, it's 2:30. It's 2:22. And I gotta go now. Thanks so much, those of you on the Twitter space. Thank you so much, those of you on Twitter, on all the platforms that we are streaming tonight. I hope you've learned one or two things. And if you still say Nigeria is for you, I'm not gonna argue with you. My grandmother said the same thing until she died in 92 years old. Nigeria is not for us. It can never be for us. It's a company that has been established, and the politicians of today are the one managing it for the West. Odaro, if I didn't mention your name, don't get upset. Probably because I didn't see you. But you are there. We're trying very much now to start saying clean message. No Orinyokwe and all those words I said before. It's because I'm listening. I love feedbacks. Good night, everybody.